vibe. Put your mind on trial, let your myths get filed. Have your style run wild in other shoes. Welcome, I reject your eye. Look and I'll dig in for a while. Just relax and smile.
Yeah, this is the spot right here. Let's go, feel the rhythm.
Good day to you. Wednesday, hump day. 1 week away from steak and a BJ holiday next week, March 14th. Welcome, welcome. Hello, RW. Today, we're going to continue our topic about communication breakdowns, the anatomy of them, what causes them, how to fix them when they happen, if we can. And yesterday we looked at 4 categories of factors that can contribute to communication breakdowns. They were bad faith, which is the very last one to assume. So there were 3 others to look at before we get to bad faith and assume that's the reason, although bad faith does happen, especially here on YouTube. They were bad nervous system, bad timing, and bad listening skills. So I likened it to the analogy of a car, and your nervous system is the car itself, your engine, your tires, the frame, the body, everything about it that makes it run. And that's what we're going to look at today. And then listening was the skill of the driver, and timing was all the other conditions on the road and the other drivers around you. So today we're going to look deeper into the biological factors that can contribute to communication breakdowns itself. And when I did that episode on neurodivergence and I pulled up that chart and had the traits and the different domains that the friction points can happen, one of those domains was output. That's a lot of where this biological nervous system stuff happens in a conversation. It's your nervous system, your body outputting whatever it outputs into the conversation that can affect it. It can also sometimes happen on the processing end, the receiving end, how it's processed. So we're mainly looking at the processing domain and the output domain when we're talking about nervous system. I have an infographic. Hang on. So a lot of conversations, as we talked about yesterday, don't break down because of the actual content of the conversation. It's not a disagreement about the argument itself or a failure to follow logic or making an illogical argument. It's all of these other factors like timing, nervous system, the listening ability of the receiver, etc. And one reason they can fail is because the nervous system itself gets hijacked and kicks in before the argument of the logic can even be sorted out sometimes. Now, I'm using the word bad nervous system because it goes along with all the other buckets, but really, there's nothing wrong with your nervous system. If you're neurodivergent or even neurotypical with just quirks, that's not a moral thing. It's just the way you're wired, the way you're made. It's your genetics, it's your socialization, your upbringing, whatever goes into making us who we are neurologically, biologically. So I don't mean bad in terms of existentially bad. I mean bad as potentially contributing negatively to the breakdown of a conversation. It's not a moral term. It's just a fun little descriptive term, really. And the main things that can happen to a nervous system during conversation is they can get overloaded, flooding, defensiveness, tripwires, dysregulation. We've seen all of that on these streams. We've seen it right here on this channel. We've seen it right here within me and my own body and nervous system. The nervous system starts doing things and the conversation starts to reflect that and collapse from there. Sometimes it can even be like a cascade effect where one little thing can trigger something in the nervous system that can spiral into the conversation and cause it to just collapse sequentially from there. All right, I have a little infographic we're going to pull up, take a look at that. I'll go through these and then we'll bring up a panel. Okay. When nervous systems hijack the conversation, defense before dialogue. I want to make a point about this here at the bottom. Emotion overrides reason. The AI put that in there, and I didn't catch it in time to take it out. My emotions do not override my reason. They work in tandem with my reason. I think this is a rationalist bias or prejudice against emotions. I think for some people, emotion can distort their reason. I don't want you to think it always does, and in some people, it doesn't at all. It's not an issue. So just kind of ignore that little part at the bottom. Okay, let's look at these. Um, hang on one sec. Intensity mismatch. That is the voltage that I've talked about so much on here. Some people are higher voltage than other people. This is the engine of the car, the horsepower. Um, High voltage is intensity, it's emotional intensity. It can be intellectual intensity, a drive for detail and truth, like I have. Um, m- Instead of a car, in this case, intensity, it may be better to use the image of a light bulb or a socket. And you have to make sure that whatever wattage your particular light bulb, your nervous system is rated for, fits into a conversation that can hold that amount of wattage. One of the big problems I used to have, much less frequently since I started to use this model, is trying to fit myself into, I'm a very high wattage person, into low wattage social settings or conversations. It's like trying to take a 500-watt floodlight bulb and try to put it into a nightlight socket. um it's going to blow out the conversation. It's going to stress the other people in the conversation to the point that the content of the conversation no longer becomes the focus. It becomes the effect that your wattage is having on their wattage. So that can be a mismatch right there. Is if you're in your baseline intensity, which again, nothing wrong with, completely normal. That's your setting. That's how you're wired. But if it doesn't match how the people that you're having the conversation with the wired, it can contribute to these breakdowns. And when I say don't match, mostly I'm talking about high wattage people not matching lower wattage people. Lower wattage people can, they have a different experience of the conversation from the high wattage end. It can overwhelm them. It can make the conversation difficult to follow, but they're not usually going to pay a consequence for being low wattage. It's the high voltage, high wattage people that are going to get the focus of the communication breakdown. And another thing I want to point out about these intensity mismatches is it's not necessarily even, oh, Moose, stick around. In fact, after I finish this little part, I need to pass on some information. Um, our W can tell you in the chat. It's about game night tonight. Um, it's not even the level of intensity. If we think of intensity as a rating, I'm not even talking about like you're at a 9 or a 10 and everybody else is a 2 or a 3. What's even more significant, and I learned this the other day from observing a communication breakdown with somebody, it is the spike in intensity. It's when there's an abrupt change in the intensity. So someone can be operating at a 1 or even a 0, very calm, almost no intensity whatsoever. If they spike even slightly to like a point 0.1 or a point 0.5, that sudden spike alone can be read as a threat, can be read as high intensity, and that alone can change the conversation. So it's not even like keeping your level of up under a certain number so much as it is noticing those spikes, those sudden spikes, and the effect that they can have on the conversation. The spikes to me are an indication of passion. It can also be defense, which we'll talk about today. It can be intellectual excitability. But if you're operating at this level and this is what people are adjusted to, and you suddenly do this because you get excited about the topic or it's having an emotional impact on you that you're reacting to, I've seen that throw off just that alone can throw off a conversation right there. I think the key is to learn to be aware of this and to the solution for all of this. We're going to talk about repair in a separate episode, but what repair ultimately comes down to is using communication itself to repair the existing communication. Identify these things, get them out into the light, make them transparent. If you recognize this is what's happening in a conversation, communicate it. Say, oh, I notice my intensity is spiking. I notice y'all might be having a reaction to that. That this is what's going on. It's not anything we can't recover from. It's not anything you have to freak out about. It's just this little thing. Pass that information along. Give people a chance to use that information to collaborate in repairing the conversation together. Um, some people have a big engine with a lot of acceleration. Some are just cruising along at a little Sunday drive pace. All of that's fine. You just have to be aware of what happens when you combine different types of cars or engines or light bulbs or whatever. I had a boss tell me one time that he said, you are like, he said, have you ever driven a Mercedes? And I said, of course not. He said, well, with a Mercedes, if you try to drive it in the city, it's not really built for a lot of starting and stopping. And it's much better on the open road where it can just hit a certain speed and just coast. He said, you're like a Mercedes. You need settings where you can just hit your gas and just coast without a lot of like starting, stopping, adjusting to other cars and traffic conditions. So think of intensity like that. Intensity needs the right road, the right runway to operate smoothly. So being aware of when you're intense, being aware of what your intensity level is or potentially is if you're vulnerable to these spikes, and being aware of the intensity around you of others and if they match or not. So that's one of the first things you can look for if a communication starts to break down is intensity. Some people can experience intensity as passion, aliveness. This person's animated, they're excited. Others can experience the exact same affect as too much, overwhelming, out of control, a threat, dangerous. So the same phenomena can be experienced by different nervous systems in completely different ways. But the underlying point of it all is there's still a mismatch. If it's being experienced one way by one set of people and another way by another set, that still indicates an intensity mismatch. Okay. Hey, Snow. Good evening. I mean, good morning. Whatever time it is over there. Moose and anyone else who's interested. Today is game night. We're going to be playing at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on roll20.net. Let me drop the link for that website. The best thing to do is to show up on Roll20. You don't have to be on Discord to play. Show up at this website at that time. The problem is going to be finding us because Roll20 doesn't have a feature where you can search for people's names. You have to have already been part of a game with them to show up on their name list to where you can contact them. So, Moose, we're going to have to find a way to get the link to you of the game. And if RW has it, he can maybe pass it on now. I don't know how we want to do this, but Snow, I know you played last week too. If you want to show up, the best thing to do is to create a Roll20 account and meet us there. It has video chat, it has audio chat, and it works a lot better than trying to play it backstage in Discord. Plasma, hello. Welcome. So if there's a way to get a link to you today so that you can meet there tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, that's the best way to join us for game night and anybody else interested. Okay, back to this stuff. Another thing about nervous systems and human biology that can contribute to communication breakdown, and we've seen this happen. I did a whole episode on this the other day. Your tripwires, your defenses, all the little things that trigger you and set you off and suddenly make the conversation not about the topic of the conversation, but about you defending something about yourself, your ego, your insecurities. It touches something off in you that activates your threat system, and then the fight or flight response kicks in. The chemicals start to rise. The parasympathetic nervous system gets triggered. All of that. This is the brake lights on the car, the hazard lights, the warning lights, the car alarm. Anytime something about the conversation sets that off inside of you, you know you're dealing with a nervous system factor that is potentially going to help a breakdown along. Um, the system is no longer just cruising along in the conversation. It is playing defense. There's a perceived danger, probably not an actual danger, especially online when we're behind screens and nobody can really physically get at each other. It's some perceived psychological danger. It's the emergency response system. So when this happens again, if you recognize that it happens, there's certain conversations Oh, are you saying the last 12 minutes I was muted? Can y'all hear me now? No, I didn't fix them from yesterday. There's definitely something going on. It's showing my mic working now. Okay. So you didn't hear the 12 minutes of the oh fuck. Okay. This is what I'm going to do after the stream today. I'm going to sit down with Charlie and I'm going to walk him through what happened. I'm going to let him help me troubleshoot. It is something to do with my Bluetooth settings conflicting. I didn't change any devices, so it's an existing device that suddenly is going screwy, just like these conversation breakdowns. How much did you miss? I can maybe hit some of the basically intensity mismatch, bandwidth mismatch. Those are the two big ones. A lot of people can pack a lot of information into a very short amount of time, and sometimes people may not be able to keep up with it all. We have people that can come on here and speak an entire PhD essay in about 5 minutes, and the audience is still trying to catch up with the first 1 or 2 points that person tried to make. There's some people that can come on here and talk for 30 seconds and cover 8 to 10 topics within that 30 seconds because it just goes from here to here to here to here very rapidly. That's all high bandwidth. You want to make sure your bandwidth is matching your listeners, or at least be aware of the effect it can be having on a conversation. Intensity mismatches, which is your voltage, your emotion level, your passion level, your intellectual drive, etc. Ideally would match the audience. When it doesn't, you could look at those areas. Wrong conditions are the state of your nervous system at any given time. If you're tired, hungry, high, whatever, it could impact your ability to have a conversation. You can always try again another day. I made 2 points about emotional load is your baggage, your traumas, everything about a conversation that might trigger you that other people are not aware of. And it is my belief that it is not other people's responsibility to manage your trauma. It is your responsibility as an adult. If something triggers you related to past, your personal history, and it's affecting your ability to participate in the conversation, communicate that, step out of the conversation if you need to, decide if you're able to continue, but keep the locus of control on yourself. On this channel, it is completely fine. Everybody has standing permission to drop off when they need to go off camera, to step away. There's no judgment. It's all part of self-care. If you're having a moment on here and you need to just jet for whatever reason, feel free. It's not a big deal. I'm not gonna say or think anything about it. And also, there's no conversation that happens on here that has to happen today or get resolved or concluded today. So if it's not the right time for a conversation, if you're not in the right headspace or your body is not like set right for it at that moment, you can try again tomorrow. We can do it next week. There's ample runway here to have the conversations we need to have at the optimal conditions that we can have them in. So I think that recapped a lot of the silent part. I need to fix that. All right, I'm gonna drop the link and get the panel going. I think I've said everything I had to say. Um, and here's some questions for today. Um, a lot of times the breakdowns are not related to the arguments themselves. They're related to all of these uh, extra conversational factors, intrapersonal and interpersonal. They just need the right conditions to happen to give the nervous system the best chance of operating optimally. What do you find hijacks a conversation the most or first? Is it intensity? Is it defensiveness? Is it when people get overloaded, the vibes are off, or is it something else? And how do we, when we notice these mistakes, what do we do about them and how do we correct for them? All right, here is the link. Yeah, Shiv, come play. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's really fun. Um, Go to this link right here, make an account, and show up at this website at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. It has video chat and everything, so we can all interact. Is it silent again? No, it's not. Hang on. It shows it working on my end. Can y'all hear me? I have all these comments to catch up on too. I appreciate everybody messaging me. Well, that means you're against fun. And I'm against people who are against fun. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, well, Snow, you're in luck because I just posted did I post the link? Hang on. I'm about to post the link. I think that's Lubash just being a troll. Here, I'll post the link and you can come up and well, I must have posted the link because we already have somebody backstage. Yeah, let me just pin it. All right. All right, let's get this panel started and I'll catch up on comments as we talk. Something is something is off with this panel. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear me today. I'm outside.
You're we can hear you. You're a little crackly and garbly, but we can more or less hear you. It's like walkie-talkie.
Yes, I have kids in the background too, so it's going to be a little chaotic. I
think
just
that's
wanted
what I
to
heard too.
answer your question on breakdown in a conversation. It depends. Different groups are different breakdowns, but for me, the main trigger is if it doesn't matter how intense somebody is talking. It's if they're personally attacking me, like ad hominem, or somebody else. That's what bothers me. If they're debating a topic or a concept, I don't really care how intense it gets as long as they're not belittling anybody in the process.
Well, that certainly happens on YouTube a lot too. Do you care if you notice it affecting the other people, intensity, even if it doesn't affect you personally?
I would like for group cohesion to be maintained, and I will try to make an effort to do that. But if people in the group are able to handle the intensity, there's no reason to try and push my view.
That's that tension between social harmony versus because conversations are kind of their own thing and they don't always align with the needs of social harmony and the vibes. So I'm you know what side I come down on. I'm very much go where the conversation takes me. I don't care what it's doing to social harmony or people's vibes. But some people will attempt to control or put the brakes on a conversation if they notice that it's affecting the social harmony. And intensity and
Right.
bandwidth can be one of two of those things to do that.
I think being a good moderator takes a lot of practice to know the difference between when and when not to moderate. I think that immature or inexperienced moderators, as soon as anything starts to go wrong in their view, are going to try and course correct. But more free speech, respect-based, experienced moderators won't try to adjust or tweak anything unless something's actually falling apart. But those are very rare. I only know of two groups that can even operate at that level.
And you make a good point because that's when you're in a setting where there is actual moderation. But a lot of real life settings is just friends sitting around a table or hanging out at someone's house, and there isn't really a moderator. So everybody's kind of on their own to recover the conversation.
Yeah, I guess that would be self-moderation because in any scenario, we can choose to try and moderate even if we don't have official capacity.
God, well, I hope I filled in all the parts that the silence. That's just how it happens, though. I finally got my flow, and now the tech is crashing. When the tech is working, I don't
It
have my flow.
happened both times today and yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It's as soon as you switch to your infograph, what do you call them? Either you click something to shift into that setting or area of your display, and it breaks your mic. So that's the
I wonder if
best
it's
way that I
related
can
to
do it.
that iPhone glitch where people's sound is getting knocked out when other people leave panels. It's something
It
to
would have
do
to
with
be on your end
Bluetooth
though, because
settings, 'cause my
everybody's
camera
experiencing.
has a Bluetooth connection to it that I had turned off, and for some reason it turned itself back on, and I have to figure out how to fix it. 'Cause all of these devices come with Bluetooth now that I don't need because 'cause they're also connected through cables, but the Bluetooth will interfere with the mic audio, with my audio, all kind of other stuff. My camera has a mic in it that I don't need. And when all of those parts are not working together, when they're not all turned off, they start to interfere with each other.
Right. I have had issues with printers for that same reason, where they're hybrids that have wire and Bluetooth, and the computer has issues with
You know,
like
I
getting
really
lost.
I use Bluetooth as little as possible. I much prefer wired connections. Snow, do
Uh,
you want to
Go
do
ahead.
you want to drop your scenario in the chat or come up and talk about it? We can maybe help troubleshoot.
Yeah, I can't see the comments right now, so it'd have to be dictated.
Well, shift. We're gonna try to do it every week, so just drop in on a week when you can. I think you'll have a lot of fun doing it. It's very creative.
Is she on Discord?
She is.
Okay, we can get her the information from there then.
Well,
So
what else is
tonight is
going
going to
on?
be we're running the roll20.net setup. So that's a very simple interface. Now that we've learned how to do it, we can quickly teach other people. But we're on the last map of the starter kit. So that'll, depending on how many people there are, that'll probably take us, an hour to 2 hours to just get through that last map. But then that'll be over, and we can decide what we'll do from there. I might actually throw money down for the Fallout scenario, and then we can have that for a longer campaign. And I like it because whether we have one person that shows up, like if it's just me and you, Jeff, or as many other people as drop in at the last minute, we can have a token set to the side. We just drag in and easily keep the flow.
There might be some other free scenarios too that we can keep playing if we want to.
Yeah, no, there are more starter packs for sure, but I'm ready to dedicate. I actually quite enjoy it, and I'll play
someone's
with my
asking
kids
if we're
too.
going to be streaming it.
I'll play.
I'm not sure tonight because we have a lot of new players and we're going to be doing it mostly off of Roll20. We'll play by ear. It's a possibility, but I do want to stream more of them when we can. We streamed one last week that was pretty fun with Track.
Yeah, you got into it.
And then last night, RW and I played a game called. There's a lot of gaming happening in Discord lately called Rage of the Mad God.
Realm.
Something. It reminded me of old timey Atari or Nintendo games. It was like Zelda. It was very pixelated, little squares. You walk around and fight things. It was hard though. You have to constantly fight creatures. You have monsters coming at you all the time, and you get killed easily, and then you lose all of your stuff, and you have to create a new character. But it was fun. It was very fast paced, and it's also multiplayer and co-op. So anybody can drop in on that anytime they want.
It's like Robotron 2020 top-down bullet shooter, mixed with World of Warcraft RPG gear finding and special abilities. But yeah, bullets are shooting from you from every direction, and you got to learn how to dance around that. And if not, you'll be dead, starting over in 5 minutes or less.
I was a priest. I could heal myself and other people, and I could shoot people with my staff, like fireballs.
But you weren't very good at taking face damage.
What is face damage?
That's when a bad guy stands on you and shotgun and blasts you to the face, and all the damage goes.
Yeah, like how do you avoid that? Because the monsters can land on your square and you instantly die. I don't know how to avoid that. I don't even see them coming. They're so fast.
Yeah, you got to be very aware of your surrounding and keep dancing around it. You get better. I've been playing it for many years, so it's fun to watch people just get started.
Anyway, we got somebody backstage. Pretend you're hearing the backstage music and pretend like you can hear.
How about it?
Hello.
What's up, buddy? Listen,
Where
I'll
where
tell
are you
you that
driving today?
I was just delivering some weed. The best 12 minutes of my life just happened, and I just have to thank you because it completely changed me.
You up
I'm a
here to
new
throw?
man. I've been addicted to fucking.
Fuck, is he going out or is that me?
No, he's dropped.
That's him?
Oh fuck! Did I just get kicked out? Everything went
No,
No,
scratched.
your
you're
signal
just going
froze
through
up.
black areas.
You were about to tell us about this miraculous transformation and your
Oh
signal
fuck!
dropped.
I was transformed, man. Those 12 minutes. I mean, I'm addicted to panels now, and it's like those 12 minutes made me get so introspective that I realized I don't really need them. I could last 12 minutes. So
Well, I'm
you
glad you had
saved
that
me, Jeff.
experience.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, me too. I'm glad that my tragedy was a silver lining for you.
It's a reoccurring tragedy, so stay tuned tomorrow for more.
Yeah, no, because after I sign off, me and Charlie are troubleshooting it and getting it fixed. An audience member asked if you think that you're funny.
No, I don't. Thank God.
Oh, I did. I was amused. I like your pistache green shirt too.
It's my Indian powwow shirt.
Were you Indian?
It's good for business.
No,
Hey,
but I like.
You don't look
I'm a,
by
I'm
Paul.
a I'm an Indian wannabe. I've been a native wannabe since I was a little kid.
Oh,
So I'm like
the
a
disciple of
groupie.
Elizabeth Warren.
I'm like the Sicilian. You remember the commercials? I don't know if you remember as a kid, where the native guy would look at the river and there would be garbage flowing down the river, and he had this really native looking face. And the end of the commercial, after he saw the garbage, there would be a big tear coming down his eye. There was no words in it. It was just his tear.
oddly enough, kind of, sorta, and we lived in two
No,
different.
Well, anyways, that native guy was
yeah.
actually Sicilian. He
He
wasn't
was
native.
Was
Sicilian.
that?
He was a Sicilian. Can you
I'm
believe
just
it?
curious. I'm curious if during that 12 minutes of silence after that happened, you had that same Indian face with one single tear rolling down your cheek.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. See, it was like right around the time when he came back online. There was a tear coming down, and then all of a sudden there was noise. It just fucking wiped it away.
Yeah, I think I do remember the Sad Indian commercial, or we had our own version of Sad Indian commercials here.
And I'm pretty sure The Simpsons kind of ripped it.
I always found it ironic, though, that it was such an iconic little clip here in Canada. It was played all over Canada. It was like every 5 minutes this commercial was on to keep the land clean, to not throw trash in the river, all this kind of shit, right? So it was,
'Cause it'll make the Indians cry.
yeah, it made everybody cry, right? And then I found out later he was an Italian. Well, actually, he wasn't Italian. He was Sicilian, but close enough.
How do you? I won't wait. I want to see if I can find it. What was it called?
Oh yeah, you got to find it.
Canadian?
Look under. Let's see, Ontario. It was a Canadian. Maybe it would have been CBC.
You can do sad Indian pollution commercial. That'll grab
Sicilian
it.
native.
Keep
Type in
America
native.
Beautiful, the
That's,
crying Indian. Oh my God, I do remember. We had this.
yeah, show it.
I probably could. I doubt it's copyrighted.
I think that's
It's
No.
1970. Oh, okay.
It's
I'm gonna risk it.
1970.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do remember this.
Yeah, it was.
They played it in
70s.
America.
I mean, if you look at any of the old westerns back in the
Oh,
day
there
in
it is. Yeah,
Hollywood,
that's
they were
it.
all.
Oh wait, can y'all hear it? My sound might be keeping y'all from hearing it. Can y'all hear it?
It's fine.
I don't know. I don't remember all this. Oh yes.
That was a
Yeah.
Playboy magazine.
Yes. Oh my God. I totally remember this.
This guy is delivering weed too. You guys have a lot in common.
Look how bad the war was, even in 1970.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. and some people don't. People start pollution.
Oh,
People can stop it.
Sponsored by Little
Pollution
Caesar.
Booklet Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.
Why were they showing it in Canada? It's an American commercial.
Oh man, it was all over Canada.
Free press.
It was all over Canada, that thing, man. Holy shit. That wow. Brings back
You know how much
memories.
money they could save if they just brought it back and relabeled it with climate change?
I think that was like the beginning of climate change because shortly after that, they started the nonsense that there was acid rain. I don't know if
I
you remember
remember
that.
acid rain too.
Yeah, everything was acid
me
rain.
paranoid.
The world's going to melt because of the acid rain. And so people
Well, I mean,
tested the water and they said, well, wait a minute. The rain is not acidic at all. So that
what
didn't
about the
last long
rain,
because it was easily tested, right?
what about the rain in the smog areas? I would expect that to be a different pH.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of bullshit anyway.
Microplastics, that's a thing. Rubber chemicals.
I don't know. I grew up with so much chemical factories around us that it didn't even pay to worry about that stuff.
Well, that's
We
why
were
you're
already
gay,
polluted.
Jeff.
The
I'm sorry. I'm just fucking.
petrochemical plants turned me gay?
Yeah.
Possibly.
You turned the frogs gay, right?
I think there's a cartoon called The Oswalds or something in the early 2000s that they grew up next to like a nuclear plant or something, and they're all worked.
Were
Is
they
he
frogs?
crackly for you, or is it just for
He
me?
is. His audio is bad.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
on a
crackly.
phone.
Oh, stop!
I'm doing crack.
Stop using crack. It's not good for your brain.
It's cheaper than pharmaceuticals.
Well, how's your communication, Lou? Have you had any breakdowns lately?
I hear you sound good. It's just the guy below us here. I don't know. I can't see the name because it's on my phone. It's pretty tiny.
RW.
Just him. He's crackly, but you sound perfectly fine. How's my audio?
Your audio's fine.
Oh,
Are you on a phone? You have your phone?
yeah, I'm
in the
just got it
car?
on a phone. Yeah,
You look like you're stalled.
I'm waiting at the light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cops got somebody pulled over there.
Ooh, you can go do an audit.
Huh?
A live audit. Go do a live audit. I've never seen one on my show.
Yeah, well,
I think we came close one day when Joe Cool was up here.
I thought about doing that just for fun and actually like agreeing with the cop instead of the person getting extorted and, seeing how that goes over. In the
Extorted?
audience.
What do you mean extorted? What if like they didn't earn the speeding ticket? It's just a big
Well,
scam.
if they caused an accident and they killed somebody or damaged somebody's property, then they would not be being extorted. They would be paying homage to their crime, which is causing loss, injury, or harm. But if they just sped through a fucking, a random government over a random government number, that's not a crime.
It's not a
That's
random government number. It's a
that's what it
community
is. It's
determined
exactly what it
number. And
is.
I do want consequences for that because it puts all the rest of us at risk.
Well, some of the safest places to drive in the world are places like Italy that have very little speed limits, if any. Places like Germany who have no speed limits on their Autobahn, and there are zero accidents. Why? Because people are more aware.
Advocate for that here. If you get enough people
I,
or up
I,
there, rather.
all I advocate for is freedom. That's it. If you don't
Freedom
hurt
to drive
anybody,
as fast as you want and put people's lives at risk with no consequences.
well, listen. Were
Fine,
people's
upstanding
lives?
citizen you are.
Sorry. Were people's lives not at risk before speed limits?
Well, it just increases the risk.
Oh, it increases the risk. That's because your government told you, your daddy government told you that, and you believe it.
No, I didn't get that
It
from the
could be
government. I
our,
pretty much just got that from like common sense observation. The faster you go in a car, the more dangerous it's going to be if it hits something.
not necessarily.
Usually.
I don't
I mean,
believe
I'm
that
sure
that's
there are edge
necessarily true.
cases.
Sorry, go ahead. There might be a
I just
lag.
said probably. It's the speed of the
I'll be
internet.
right back.
All right.
What a miserable, rainy, crappy day today. How's it?
I saw more blue.
Did Jeff freeze? Or did I freeze?
No, you must have froze. You didn't freeze on our end. You were saying how crappy the weather was.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking horrible right now. Muggy,
Good thing
rainy.
you're in your car. Is
Yeah.
it snowing or just rain?
No, just rain, but apparently it's supposed to turn to snow tonight. And then minus 14 Fahrenheit, I mean Celsius, which would be about, I don't know, minus 5 Fahrenheit? Minus 4, minus 5, I guess. I don't know. So right now it's like plus, and it's going to turn to minus tonight. Lots of fun.
So that means snow if it keeps raining.
Yeah, if it's raining, I guess we'll get some snow again. Yeah. Well, the old saying is that like March came in for us, came in like really mild and warm and nice. And so they say that when March comes in like a lion or comes in cold and rough, then it goes out like a lamb. But if it comes in like a lamb, it goes out like a lion. So it came in pretty mild like a lamb. It looks like it might go out like a lion with 30 below.
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, it is. I'm just about done with it. I'm gonna move to fucking Florida or maybe
Will they let you
Panama.
come? Will they let you come into a Trump let you move here? You know he's
I'm sorry?
cracking down on immigration.
Canadians can come. I think we have some sort of treaty thing with America in terms of we could stay, I think, 6 months without a visa, and then all we got to
Oh,
do
okay.
is,
So you'd only come for 6 months.
yeah. But then you could return home for one day and come back for another 6 months, and you can
Really?
own property, and you
That
can,
sounds.
yeah. And if you run a business down there, you can get, I think it's called an A2 visa or something like that. My son has that where if you employ people in America, then you can stay, I guess, as much as you want. I don't know.
You're gonna have to avoid all the gators down there in the sinkholes and the
No, fuck off.
Florida man.
I'll eat them. Never mind, avoid them.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that too. Gator on a stick.
Why not? I went down in the swamps when I was down
Oh,
there with an airboat. It was quite fun.
on like on a swamp
One of
tour.
those, yeah, swamp boat. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they have those down there.
Oh, it was an experience. Like, those boats are not cheap. Like a brand new one's probably 70, 80 grand. A used one is 40, 45, 50 grand. And just average working Joes have these fucking swamp boats, and they get down and into the rivers and the bogs and the swamps, and they fly around, they shoot guns, they have a blast. They get together in like some little island somewhere, they have a few beers, and they fuck off to the bar. And we went to this little restaurant bar thing in the middle of the swamp. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to get there driving, but they get there, and there's all these swamp boats like everywhere. And there's a band playing, and the fucking place is jam packed with people. It was amazing, and it was like a weekday. I'm going, holy shit! These people know how to have fun. They get together, they dance, they eat, they fish, they hunt, they eat cunt, they fuck, they suck, they drive truck. Sorry, Jeff.
You're muted, Jeff. Nope. I'm lip reading you. Okay.
Did you even hear what I said?
I heard what you said, but I ignored it.
Oh, okay, good. So it didn't happen then. I don't. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know why that all happened.
Just be you, man. It's all good.
Look at this. This is what my front yard looks like right now. Can you see that?
Wow. Is that from Beaver?
No, it's fucking everything. I'm sort of in the bottom of kind of like in the Florida bottoms, right? So when the springtime comes, we get a shit ton of water down here, and then it goes away by end of March, early April. It's nice and dry. Right now we're swimming.
So, I mean, if the environment is set for that, then it's probably very lush afterwards. But if it's
Oh
not set
yes.
for that, it would be shredded.
Oh yes, it's beautiful actually. It's a gorgeous area, but oh shut up, Roxy. It's a gorgeous area actually in the summertime.
No,
It's
Jeff,
super nice.
your mic's locked out.
Me?
No, Jeff's having an issue with his mic. His mic actually might be on the tail end of life. Are you the gentleman that was out on the ice fishing lake a few weeks ago?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
That season's over now, yes? You're frozen also.
I'm frozen.
Now you're back.
It's changing over because I just got
Can
home.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Now
I
you're
don't
No,
know
back.
what
not
happened.
really.
Everything
No.
was fine on my end. I don't know what
No, we
happened.
can't hear you, Jeff.
You
Your audio's
cannot hear
fine
me.
here, dude. He's
No.
trolling you.
You're trolling.
Yes.
You're loud and clear, Jeff.
So you were talking earlier about your panel addiction. Was that a real thing?
You know what? I'd have to say to some degree, probably.
Are
I
you
mean, you're
welcome in
paneling from
different
your
spaces
car,
with
so
your
that's
addiction?
pretty. You were out on
I
the
just
ice
I
the other
just
day
find it
paneling.
I just find it a good. I don't know if it's good, but I just find it a way of just passing time. I do it like I don't stop my regular life. I live my life, but
You just
I
noon
like
with
to
other people
have
on the internet.
listen to this crazy people on the internet. I enjoy it.
I don't enjoy the
Yeah.
crazy, but I do enjoy when I get the opportunity to have an intellectual conversation.
Yeah, that's all cool too, but I think that might be a little bit. I don't know if the word overrated is right, but everybody thinks
Intellectual
they're.
conversation is overrated.
Well, no, not that it's overrated. That's what I said. It's not the right word. Look, I went to grade 6. I have to struggle to find words, but I don't know. Everybody seems that they're so. Everybody thinks they're so smart, and they think they're having an intellectual conversation. And to me, it sounds idiotic sometimes. Maybe I'm the idiot. I don't
Well,
know.
it's possible. I don't know. Maybe it's just not your thing. What other kind of conversations do you prefer?
Well, I do enjoy the joking around stuff. That's all fun. But I do maybe I like the stuff Paul talks about because I believe that it's important in today's world. I believe it's a way of
Technological.
finding or recreating what we're supposed to be, right? In this world, we're supposed to be free and we're just not. We're
It's
so
lost
imprisoned.
myths of
Huh?
freedom. Free to speed and drive without driver's licenses and
Yes, free to do
not
whatever
follow regulations.
right, free to do whatever the fuck I want as long as I'm hurting no one. If I want to shoot heroin into my dick, it's my business.
I
Nobody
kind of agree
else's.
with that. I wouldn't stop you from that if that's what you wanted to do.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying, like
just social
I don't
Darwinism.
advocate drug addiction. I was a drug addict. I've been clean for going on 40 years now, and I don't advocate the use of drugs, but I don't believe that anyone has the right to tell anyone else what they can and can't put in their body as long as they're harming themselves and no one else.
Well,
Now you might,
what do you think of flacca zombies? Do you consider that harming others or just entertainment?
if they actually hurt other people physically in some way or take their property in some way, then they are criminals.
Are you ANCAP?
What do you think about this?
I don't label myself as anything. I just want freedom. That's it. Yeah, she has the right to do that.
What if she goes into traffic like she's about to do?
Well, then if she gets hit
You're
by a
okay
car,
with a society where you and your kids can walk down the street and this is normal?
I believe that if this was made legal, all drugs, let's say, were made legal. In the initial stages, it would get worse, and eventually, over time, it would slow down. Just like alcohol, when prohibition happened, they estimated that more people were drunks during prohibition than after prohibition. Because
It's an interesting
people
gamble.
are naturally want to do what they're not allowed to
A
do.
boner?
Like a cracked out ballerina.
Yeah, both. I don't know too much about the female anatomy, but I'm pretty
Yeah, but
sure
Jeff,
Holy shit,
what
she
you're
got up.
missing,
something
Jeff?
down there.
Going in the street. Holy shit.
Jeff, you know what you're
Like,
missing?
tell me what I'm missing.
What you're missing is that you're watching this. This exists.
Yeah,
That's what you're
I see
missing.
it where I live. This happens on
Right.
my
But
sidewalk
yet it's
too.
all illegal. But yet it exists. People still drunk drive and smash into people. People still speed. People still, all these things still exist.
Right? Are you okay with that
And they will
existence?
probably always exist. You're
So
okay
we
with
should-
it?
That doesn't
should
mean
stop
we
caring
can't
then?
try to reduce it as much as we can. Crime exists too. We don't just say, "Oh well, crime exists. Just let people shoot everybody up." Hang on.
It's a strange argument. It's basically stating, don't worry about it.
It's not a strange argument. It's that, like, for example, you call yourself Gen X. Your audio's going out, Jeff.
Is it?
You call. Oh, now you're back.
Is it?
You sound
Hello,
like
hello.
you call. You're good. You're good. You sound. You say you're Gen X, Jeff, and I know that the Generation X. I'm the tail end. I'm like right at the end of Boomers, beginning of Gen X. I'm the real lost generation because I don't fit in with the Boomers. I don't fit in with Gen X. But you know, during your growing up as a child, there was not all these restrictions and stuff and regulations.
Yeah, we got in a lot of trouble too.
Yes,
I'm surprised I made it
what
out of childhood.
happened?
I really am.
But what happened? You became more wise. You became more able to understand the world. You understood what you could and couldn't do, and you became probably more regulated in your older age. I'm not saying everybody, but I think the majority of people, when they're allowed to have freedom, they find their way to keep a balance. And when you try to regulate them, they end up being like spoiled children that don't know how to regulate themselves. And that's what the
Most
world
people
is.
don't. I don't think most people following the speed limit are spoiled children that don't know how to regulate. Hey, Leggy, what's up?
I'm not willing to roll the dice on flacca and fentanyl being legalized and the fallout that would happen afterwards. I would rather it stays regulated because there's no benefit to society by allowing its free use and free market.
Okay, so then why is alcohol not illegal? It kills 100 times more than heroin, flocka, and all these drugs. It kills 100 times.
Well, we
using that
did
number.
try to
It's
make it illegal
socially
at one time, and
acceptable.
it didn't work out. So
That's
we
your
probably
answer.
just said,
It's
"Fuck it."
socially acceptable.
It's
Yeah, but
also grandfathered in. So being that it is legal, it's allowed to kill that
well,
many
hold on.
people.
America was started by George Washington, right? George Washington was a heroin addict. He
Not
used heroin.
single-handedly.
He used heroin because his teeth were rotted and he's had such pain in his mouth that he got
Yeah,
into
but he
using
wasn't
heroin.
rolling around in the sidewalk in traffic like that lady was
Because it was
either.
available anywhere. It was any store
But
you go buy your
but
heroin.
listen,
I'm not
heroin
saying
and
it's good.
cocaine of that time frame versus the heroin and cocaine today though is like night and day though. You can't compare the two because
Oh,
it was
that's
much more pure back then. Much more pure. Nowadays though, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. So,
yeah, it's all bullshit. What you just said is all bullshit. Sorry, just
What, that the
is.
heroin is not stronger? What do you think fentanyl is? And now they have
It may be
xylazine
stronger.
and
It
that
may be
no, I didn't
crocodile
say
different
drug
nothing.
and
I
now.
just said it's
flakka.
more pure back then. Like,
It may be different. It may be stronger. It may be weaker. It may be dirtier. It may be X, Y, or
It
Z.
sounds like you
But
don't
it
care
doesn't
what it is,
change.
as
It
long as
doesn't.
it's legal. You know, Oregon tried that already. They decriminalized all their drugs and they had to reverse it because it got so bad.
No, but they see. Hold on. They may have decriminalized it, but they didn't follow through with all the steps that you need after decriminalization. Because there's so many people because it's criminalized that are using and are find themselves in situations where they're homeless because they can't get a job anymore because now they got three charges
I
for
wonder
for
why.
drugs. But part of that is to help the people that are on them with some sort of exit strategy, like Portugal did. They decriminalized all drugs, but they made it so that if you were caught with drugs, they wouldn't let you keep them. They would take them away. I'm not saying that they should even do that, but at least offer some way out for these people, right?
Why? If it's fine, then why did they need a way out? Just let them do the drugs.
Listen, I think yeah, that's
It
that's
sounds like you want it
possibly
both ways.
that might be fine, and it would be probably much worse in the interim, but I think over years it would change and it would slowly fade out just like alcohol did. there
It
were a
hasn't been
major there
fading
was
out.
like a huge increase in alcoholism during prohibition, and then in the initial stages of re-legalizing there were even more, but eventually it sort of leveled out, and I
I
think
have
it
a
would happen the
Most
same
suggestion.
people
thing.
in society are not going to take that risk of let it get bad, let it get worse so it can get better. We don't want to deal with the worse
I
while
have a
what
it's
what
on its
suggestion.
way to getting
what
better.
what is bombing Iran then?
I before we go there, I have a suggestion. I say that we run a large social experiment. We allow Canada to have free use and legalization of all drugs, and then we sit back and watch what happens. And if it's a fantastic utopian society, then we onboard it as well.
I'm not saying that Canada's utopian. We're fucking damn well pretty close to communists, but they did legalize marijuana, and the opponents of marijuana said that if you legalize it, no kids are going to be in school anymore. They're going to be all fucked up on pot. And now you're getting generations that they want nothing to do with pot. It's been legal for enough years now that the younger generation that's coming up don't want it.
It, the
So,
information that you're throwing out is I mean, I can appreciate what you're saying, but it's also baseless.
well, if you look at the stats, it might show it. I'm not going to say that I did, but I've heard that the stats show that.
There's stats on which
And I
kids
and
gonna
I
smoke marijuana.
the generation that would be starting marijuana now, like the
So they're asking kids at
15,
what age, hey, do you think you're
like
gonna want to smoke
yes,
marijuana?
right,
Of
like the
course they're gonna say
15,
no.
the 14, 15, 16-year olds. That's the time when you're going to get into marijuana if you're going to get into it. And to them, they see it as, oh, that's their parents' bullshit, right? They don't even want to do it.
Yeah, I want
Now
that
I don't know.
flacca.
Maybe they're going to do worse drugs, but probably
You
the
don't really
illegal
seem like
ones.
you care much. You're like, maybe it'll get worse. Maybe they will. Maybe I don't. People just need to be free anyway. You
That's
don't
right.
seem concerned much with consequences of freedom.
Well, because freedom is the only path to true salvation, in my opinion.
What do you need saving from? What salvation from what?
Well, when I say salvation, I mean a country, whatever you want to call it. I don't. These words are not great, and I'm not able to find the right words. But like a group of people, a tribe, a nation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, can become more just forgiving, accepting, understanding. There seems to be those ideas going farther and farther and farther and farther away. Well, she's just a junkie rolling around on the street. Put her in a fucking or shoot her there, throw her in a hole.
I
You know
say
what the fuck
shooter,
is she
but I
good for
certainly
anyway?
don't want. I
There's a
want as
lot of
little
that,
people
right?
rolling around the street as possible. I don't
Yeah,
think
what
it's
I'm
good for
sorry.
society to have people rolling around in traffic.
what about learning from other generations' mistakes? Like smoking cigarettes caused a lot of damage to a whole generation, two whole generations. So people are pushing again. They don't want all those cancers, so they're pushing for different technologies. And I guess we'll see what happens with all the vape generation, but perhaps it's progress.
But even that is being partaken of much less by the younger generation because
Based
it's
off of,
so readily available. They don't see it as something. The kids are going to want to go to the forbidden, right?
I,
They
I,
want to,
I I think smoking is a good example of it's not just because it's accessible, it's because they looked at what it did to their parents and grandparents and they're like, I don't want all my teeth to fall out and to have cancer at the age of 30.
Well, that's because of sugar, not because of cigarettes.
Oh my God. Direct
But,
correlation of cancer for cigarette smoking in the family. Come on, man.
well, you said their teeth falling out and having cancer. Sugar has much more of an impact on those things than any other drug.
If someone smokes cigarettes, they're going to have a high probability of tooth decay and mouth cancer.
Leggy, do you have tooth decay and
correlation.
mouth cancer?
Well, I did before I fucking spent all that money and fucking had my teeth fixed, but
With smoking?
I mean, it's probably a couple things. Being younger, not taking care of my teeth when I was younger, to sugar, like he was saying, to smoking cigarettes. I mean,
Alcohol.
well, yeah, alcohol because of the sugar, though.
That's right. You got it.
I mean, because that's like my dad. That's one of the reasons my dad stopped. Because my dad would have like a couple beers in the evening, like 2, 3 beers in the evening, but he stopped because of his diabetes.
I mean, the
Seems
world.
responsible.
I mean, I kind of agree with him in the aspect of the younger generation because, like, my daughter, on her 16th birthday, right? So me and my wife, we went to Uncle Danny's. You know Uncle Danny, Jeff.
The guy in the cabin?
Yeah, well, out on the
Yeah.
island, yeah. We took her out, we were out there, and we were like, look, if you're interested in smoking pot, we want you to smoke it with us first. That way there, you're in a safe environment, you know what it. My kid 100% said no, not an interest, nothing. And
Yeah, because it's perfectly fine. Children don't want that. Children are in the process of creating the adult, the human that they're going to be, and they're going to test all boundaries. And the boundaries are going to be the most forbidden of boundaries that they need to test. And
even
if those boundaries are readily available and accepted, they say we don't want that fucking shit. Fuck you. We want something that's going to fuck us up a little bit.
it's like even alcohol, they say, no, I don't know, I haven't actually looked at their stats, but they do say that the younger generation is actually drinking less now.
Yes,
Like
drinking,
now it's
smoking.
new, like it's all these new age type shit. Like
Where is that poll data coming from?
I said I don't know. It's just one of them things you hear on the fucking when you're going down the rabbit hole. I don't know if it's true or not, but I do hear it in a lot of places. So mainstream and not mainstream. So
Well, I could see it in my sphere of influence directly with my own family. I have young nephews that are in that age group, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's like 6 or 8 of them. I forget now. 6 of them at least. And none of them smoke. None of them do weed. None of them are drinkers. They might be doing something else. I'm sure they're doing something. Maybe they're fucking, I don't know, experimenting with sex. Maybe they're who knows what, but kids are just gonna do that. But it ain't those traditional drugs anymore, like weed and booze and shit like that. Not so much.
I'm just glad the fucking
120
bath
days. I'm
salt
gonna ask
fucking
him.
shit's fucking done and over with. Them fucking motherfuckers were doing some crazy ass shit, eating people's faces and.
But they were
Fucking
hungry.
nuts.
Come on, they gotta eat something.
Yeah.
I say we bring back bullies. We don't
They're
got
You
nothing.
don't
online.
have to bring them back. They're still around.
No, what, you talking about the people online? Those are the fucking
Well,
chicken
any
shit.
ecosystem has bullies.
Oh,
Certainly
please.
online.
Yeah, you're talking about cyber bullying? Like, give me a break.
So the internet is saying alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, including trends like vaping. Other drugs include cocaine, prescription painkillers, and stimulants. Those are the same drugs. Kids are still using them.
They should mix it all into the same vape and just send them to the moon. Strawberry flavored. I don't know. Unicorn fart flavor.
Jesus.
I don't know if they have that flavor.
I don't know, but I'm sure Jelly Belly fucking jelly
Delta
beans can
8
figure
or
out how to
whatever.
make that flavor.
Fentanyl laced
Jesus
pills,
candle flavor.
psychedelics. There's only so many drugs out there.
I mean, heroin doesn't even really exist anymore. It's all been replaced by
Fentanyl.
stuff like
Yeah.
fentanyl. Yeah, it's
That
cheaper to
was
make.
my point. That was my point earlier about like when you said George Washington about it being more pure and shit back then. Like there's a big difference in even fucking the shit that our granddaddies would have been using. You know what I mean? Even compared to now, it's a big fucking difference. Like this ain't Vietnam era shit no more. The shit they were
Yeah,
bringing
but
back in coffins and shit.
if you look back at the 70s, man, when in Amsterdam or here in Toronto, even, there's a place called Rochdale here where, the junkies they were more than today, what you see in like Kensington or something. They were just overrun, the junkies. The markets back when I started using in the, early 70s, mid 70s, I would go down to New York and I would pick up these little packets of heroin with a certain signs on them, right? So I would go and get a stack of them, and you'd literally line up in the street with hundreds of other people and pick up a fucking
What?
And there was way more than there is today on the street, all fucked up, rolling on the ground. Heroin's no better or worse. Maybe it's cleaner in some senses, but maybe it's more easy to get off
Heroin's
the
pretty bad. Most
withdrawal.
people that have been on heroin don't want to be on it. Heroin
Well, yeah, no.
withdrawals.
Once you're
RW, drop it
addicted,
in the back and I can post it.
you don't want to be addicted. Addiction is like being in prison, right?
So then why are you advocating for it?
I'm not
Addic-
advocating for
addic-
addiction.
You were advocating for doing drugs that are addictive. So
No, I'm not. Never did that. Don't put words in my mouth.
you
I'm
did. You
advocating
said
for
let people
freedom.
do whatever drugs they want. Heroin, fentanyl. I
Right.
played the Flacca zombie lady, and you're like, that's fine.
Let
She
them
she should be
do.
able to do that.
Yes, she should. Absolutely.
Okay,
Who
well
are
that's
you to tell her
addictive.
she can't?
Hey,
That's the
Moose.
thing.
RW, you want me to post it in the main
People
chat?
want.
Hold on a second.
That's the problem. People want to be ruled. They love their servitude. They want to serve their daddy government. That's the problem
Moose, are you
in
still in the
today's
chat,
world.
bro?
You got that
What?
from that lady rolling around the ground that she wants to be served, like serve her government, and I didn't get
No,
any, I didn't infer any of
all of
that from her Flacco
she's
kit.
looking for a way out, and she's sadly found the wrong one. But the drug addicts are probably the only ones actually looking for an escape from this fucking slavery hellhole. And so they find drugs and it gives them some sort of escape from this fucking slave hole. And so they're the ones that are probably more free in some
What
ways.
slave hole? She seems more on a slave hole than the
Hey,
people not on drugs.
Moose, grab that link from the back, then we don't have to pub post it. That's the
Jeff,
roll
Might
20
have to
Jeff,
link,
you
post
okay?
it
think
again. I don't know if
America
Praise God, brothers and sisters. Praise God. I heard my name. I just got home. I didn't get pulled over by the police, even though my registration is invalid.
Is it
And
because your Jesuit collar was showing?
It must have been. It must have been. He saw the Holy Bible sitting in my passenger seat, and he said, I can't do this to that man.
I thought that was a Quran with a cross sticker on it.
Well, I would never, ever disgrace the Muslims or their faith, just like the Jewish people and the Israelis. I would never talk bad about those people. The only people I talk bad about are Christians.
Okay, you're still accepted from the COVID era, so keep up the good work.
Yeah, I wore my mask through the whole entire experience. I made sure to double up. Sometimes
okay,
I wore
you
my
doubled up.
spacesuit.
I appreciate, especially while you were driving alone, correct?
Yeah, sometimes while I was driving alone, I even like to fart, and then in my mask, and then just drive around with that mask, with the smell, just to breathe it in a few times.
You most likely never got COVID then, or you seem wise.
No.
Yeah, but you were doing that before COVID, Moose. Don't try to take credit.
That's valid information.
You were doing that before COVID.
That's completely false.
That's
Lou,
conjecture.
you and I both know that I worked in the Chinese laundromat, and I was.
Is that why they called you? Is that why they call you farter instead of father?
Sure. They usually don't call me either, but Lou knows me from when I used to fold towels all day long on the stream, and that's what we did. We would hang out, right, while we were doing our day-to-day lives, and that's what
good old days, eh?
Yeah, the good old days before it became like
folding towels.
What it is
we should
now.
all go back to folding towels.
Back when the drugs flowed freely.
I mean, the drugs have always flowed freely. It depends on what kind you do. Because me, I don't like do any intravenous things like Lou Bass has done in his life. I'm not a man like that. I'm afraid of needles.
I prefer aerosol adrenochrome.
So you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, I assume.
I'm the one that taught her how to use a hammer.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Do y'all have Flacca zombies rolling around in the streets where you are, Moose?
No, just a bunch of inbreds.
Oh.
Like actual inbreds. I'm not joking.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
Where are you now, Moose?
Inbred country.
Where are you now? I'm
still in Mexico or
Maine.
The Vatican.
What area of the world are you in?
I'm in the Vatican, Lou. I finally headed to.
Go fuck yourself. Are you in Mexico still or what?
I am not in Mexico at this moment. The second that they started shooting the white people, I said, I cannot be here anymore.
You're like, that's no bueno. Adios.
No bueno.
Who's shooting the fucking white people? I know people in Mexico. They haven't told me anything like that's going on.
They're not white enough. That's the thing.
Are they not communicating at all
white.
anymore?
I'm not white. I'm Italian, but that's besides the point. So what area of the world are you on?
Are the Italians, because you do a lot of sausage, do you ever do those little Vienna sausages?
No, I don't make Vienna sausages. They're too small. If I'm going to take a dick, it's going to be huge. So I want big pieces.
Whoa. Who's talking about penis?
Oh,
That's
I thought he was
next week.
I thought he was talking about putting Vienna sausages up his ass. It's something he's been known to do.
And anytime you bring up a phallic object, Lou thinks anal or gay sex, and it's like coming from a straight man.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Have you been thinking about these thoughts for a while, and you just
hold on one fucking minute, okay? Fucking anal ain't just for the queers, okay? Let's get that straight right now.
Actually, I would
Everyone should be
disagree
free
with
to
you.
pay.
I would 100% disagree with you because queers are not of the norm, and I would say that fucking someone in the ass is not of the norm. So regardless of whether it is like a super like awesome experience for you.
Are you speaking ex cathedra on this, or just kind of your own opinion?
No, I'm speaking from the towel.
Oh my.
Technically, it is the new definition of queer.
I would still disagree. I would say
that's why you have straight queer people.
If you polled like the entire population, I would say that a lot of people probably don't take it in the ass. But
is polling the entire population another sexual innuendo, or
it could be. It could be, especially since most of our women are ran through anyways.
oh my, I'm going to stay away from the Vatican. That sounds like an ugly place.
Well, I mean, when you get a woman in the Vatican, like, she's one of a kind.
It's none of your
They
business.
have whores in the Vatican, like that work the Vatican.
You know, it's telling, Moose, that when you
Call
think
them
of
bishops.
anal, hold on, it's telling that when you discuss anal, you think directly about taking. You don't automatically just think about giving. So that's telling.
Is it? Is it really though? Like, my imagination can't be in all places at once, Luke.
I mean, Moose used to play football. He was a wide receiver.
I never
Yes, it
played football. With my
sounds like he likes.
stature, they would laugh. They wouldn't even let me be the water boy. I couldn't
He
even
can't
carry
be the
fucking
mascot.
plug.
I was more of a tight end myself.
I was more of the plug. Like, I'm the guy that all the football players came to for the weed. They were like, "Yo," and I was like, "Hey guys, you guys want to party?"
And then they plugged you.
No, they didn't plug me. I plugged them. I gave them the plug.
Oh, now you think about giving. First it was all receiving. Now I mention giving, and you mention giving.
I'm not talking sex. I'm talking about weed, man. Like,
Oh, okay,
a
weed.
poor white dude from the fucking trailer park. What else was I supposed to do to make some money on the side? I wasn't going to sell no Pokemon cards. I wasn't about that life. I'm not selling my ass either. All right? I know you guys think I'm sexy. I know you'd pay for this ass, but I am not. I am not willing to sell my ass.
Moose, you can't sell something that's already been sold. Your wife deals with that ass with a double dildo.
Your profanities are not as funny as you think, little Lou. And you know what? When you
It may not
finally
be
realize,
funny, but I
I
enjoy
don't
them.
even know what to do with this conversation. We need Barney up in here.
why do we need Barney? That would just make it the entire like there would be two dudes here, right? And then there'd be Barney, the bitch. And then there'd be two spectators, you and RW, spectating the sport. Because it would be basically me and Lou would be fighting for dominance over Barnabas, who would sit there and lay back and take it because he is the most fucking submissive man I have ever met in my life.
It's hard to argue with. I mean, he's submissive to me.
So Lou, are you gonna come to Dungeons and Dragons tonight, or are you just gonna be like a weirdo during the day and like not actually party?
Bro, I
Not a
don't know
weirdo
how
in
to
a dungeon.
fucking do that shit.
You
It's
pretend
easy. All
all
you
day
have to
long.
do is there's just not really any skill at all nowadays. Everything's automated.
Everybody gets a trophy in that game. We could even kill you
I
off the first night so you don't have to come back.
I don't even know if I'd be able to figure out how to use all that shit. I'm
Just figure out how
somewhat.
to work your cell phone and get on these panels, right?
Nah,
It's
he knows how to work a
Yeah.
sausage,
easy as
but that's
that.
I
about
remember
it.
the first time I got on panels, I got on Paul's panel, and I swear to God, I didn't know how I got there. And I didn't know I was on there for a while.
Yeah,
How did that
I
happen?
was there, buddy.
You remember
I
that?
was there. I was there before
I
all
did
of these
not know
motherfuckers.
how I started pushing buttons. All of a sudden, I'm talking to people. I didn't even realize they were talking to me. And then, it was
Were
funny.
you high?
No,
Was
he
I
wasn't
high?
high. He was high
No,
on
no, I don't.
dopamine. We were dropping those fucking dopamine bombs into his brain. But no,
Well, hold on. Oh, wait. Moose, you
no,
use
you
that
go
word
fuck
we.
yourself. I
You
made you
use
laugh
that
more
word
times
we
than you.
very liberally, Moose.
You go fuck yourself. You laughed
Very
plenty of
liberally.
times. We can go replay all the tapes from the golden era, and you'll see yourself sitting right next to Paul, going, "Moose, ha ha ha, you're funny, ha 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 ha
Oh,
ha ha." And then all of a sudden, like 6 months later, when I get a little stick up my ass and I get a little broke back, you start hating on me from there on. And then the story
no,
changed. The
I
history
would go in on
changes
you
when you
almost
don't
from the
like
beginning.
somebody. See, I've
Moose,
never liked you, Lou, and the history doesn't change with
that
that.
That's
love
fine. You
you.
don't have to like me.
I love you. I don't like you. I love you.
You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. But I used to go in on you from day one, Moose.
I know. Jealousy sucks, bro.
Well, go look at the tapes. Pick them out. Pull them out.
I
Maybe
can't.
that's
They
what you
don't
should do.
exist anymore. You know why?
Maybe that's what
Somebody
you should
deleted
do. You
all the
should
good
be a
shit. They
you
deleted
should be a
your.
journalist, Moose. Maybe that
Oh, I
can
should
give
turn
you
into a
some sort of
snafu
recognition.
so I can come up here.
Be a
Oh,
journalist.
Lou, you're a pedo pogo. You're doing this. Oh, you're doing that. I'm not into that, bro. I don't care about everybody else's life enough to be a journalist. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I'm here to entertain
I would make a
myself
good
and you
journalist.
at the same time in the audience. But aside from that, I'm gonna go about my life. I'm gonna go do my job. I'm not like some of these motherfuckers that don't have a life and a job. I have a job and I have a wife and a life and all that, and I have to get to that. But in between, I don't watch television. So what do? I come play with you fuckers. You can hate me for it, Lou, but you know I'm one of the best things that's ever
Well,
happened
no,
to me.
I don't hate you for that. That's exactly what I do. I don't watch TV. I come and fuck around on these panels and troll Jeff once in a while.
This is my life. You can do both.
No, it would be cool if you would go back, start digging into the old tapes, make
Well,
up
he
some
was explaining why
compilations.
there's no old tapes to dig in.
There is no old tapes. What do you mean?
Not that there's none, but there was like hundreds of hours that are gone. Just hundreds and hundreds of hours. There's days and days and days that are gone.
What do you
There's,
mean? Where did they
don't
go?
exist.
Where did they go?
Remember, Paul got a bunch of his shit like taken down.
Oh, YouTube did that?
I'm pretty sure because it's not there anymore. Like,
Oh, you
I've
mean on the
I've been
Paul?
on here with.
He's still on the same channel? I thought he had a.
No, he has two, but they're not there. There's not any videos from 5 years ago when I started on his channel, and I was there like every day, and we were every single day for fucking 365 days. He was there for 4 years, and they're not all there. There's
Well,
some.
it wasn't quite 4 years, but for a couple of years we were there every day.
Well, no, but he was.
And that's all gone?
Not all of it, but there's a lot of it that's missing. There's a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, like a lot of the good shit. I can't find the Lauren De Laguna era. I can't find when Brian O'Shea first came on. I tried to find when Jack Harlow first. I tried to find these things.
My God, Jack Harlow is lost?
Dude, Jack Harlow's been lost for fucking ever, dude.
No way.
And what about that guy on the boat? The guy on the boat that was so drunk and he fell over.
That guy when he
fell down
over
the stairs, Jeff. He was so drunk on panel at like.
Oh my God.
And we were like, dude, you should go to bed. You should go to bed, bro. And he's like, nah. And then he fucking falls down the stairs and he comes back up like nothing ever happened.
That clip went on for ages. Anytime someone was being stupid, it would be Jeff falling down the stairs. What was his name?
It could have been Jeff. It wasn't Pizer.
I think it might have been Jeff, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So all the clips of Jeff Harlow talking for 6 hours, silent, like really, really low in the background, and he's monologuing for 6 hours while the whole broadcast is going on. That's all gone.
Gone. And Jeff, it's amazing because like you know how you did 12 minutes of us not listening to you, but we felt it. Yeah, this is 6 hours of homeboy like sitting there just talking the entire time.
The entire time.
In mute?
Yeah. And then Paul would turn him up for a little bit and we'd listen to him for a second. And then we'd be like, all right.
We'd turn him down.
And we'd keep going. And he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care.
Bro, that was the funniest shit, man. Those were the fun. I mean, that was
when the cops rolled up on him. That was.
Oh my God.
The cops came to his dorm or whatever, and he's yelling like "fuck the pigs" and stuff out the window and shit. And then we didn't hear from him for like a week.
Oh my God.
Snow, you were around, but you were part of all that?
Snow's been one of my fans for years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until just found out.
Bro, that was truly broadcast genius back then.
It was
that
amazing.
really was. And it just happened with a flow and nobody really directed it. I mean, you were the producer, but you didn't produce fuck all. You just were
Nothing.
there.
Nothing. No, we just showed up every day. And every time we tried to do something behind the scenes, Paul's like, nah, dude, just go with your gut. Just fucking roll with it. And I'm like,
Oh man, it was funny as fuck, man. There were times, oh my god.
and that's the
You
thing that
remember?
you didn't realize, Jeff, is like me, Paul, Lou, and a few of these others, like we had some like
Oh,
really
O'Shea.
tight experiences. O'Shea, before he went a little off the deep end, was like he was cool. He was cool. And it was
Do you
just
remember
weird,
when
dude.
O'Shea came in? Do you remember the day he came in? And what he said the first time he came in? Because Paul
Is
was
that the long nipple joke when he first pulled out the
no, he
stupid
comes in, Paul's like immediately goes on to him, right? And he goes, hey man, I ain't into this shit. He was trying to be all, black and shit, and he's talking
Oh,
to kids.
oh,
I
oh,
ain't into none
yes.
of that chimp shit, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he was doing that. He does that, dude. He gets into that like that sound. Like the guy from Rust, that guy, his wife does the same shit. She's like white and she like pretends to be like Puerto Rican or whatever. So when you see her on camera, she's always sounding like a fake Puerto Rican accent, but then when you see her in person, she's just talking like a white person. It's fucking weird.
Who was this? Sorry.
It's
Who was this?
that dude from Rust. He shot that chick. Here, I'll figure it out. Hold on.
The TV show Rust, or there's a channel called Rust? That was the one with Jeff Daniels.
It's what's that fucking dude's name?
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, those were the days, man. Like when you remember when Jack Talcott first came on?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. He was an fucking instant hit. Like Jack Talcott, like he came from fucking screaming, crying in a bathtub, begging people to watch him
Yes.
to
Yes.
Paul's show and was an instant hit with
Was this before his Live
Holy, I
Without Fear?
love you,
Did he have that brand
brothers.
yet?
No, well,
What's
he
that?
did, right? He had that Live Without Fear brand. But dude, remember he had that one he had that like, hey dude, from that movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he would always
Yeah,
do it,
that.
and I would always get on his ass because I was like, that's fucking fake, that's fucking fake. And then all of a sudden he stopped doing it forever. And he's never done it again.
Yeah, it was I love you, brother. And he was doing that whole fucking oh my God, that was funny as fuck
He was
when he
doing like
came
the
in.
Jeff Daniels bullshit thing.
Yeah, he was hard. He was hard on it, trying to be this loving guru, and he literally just got off a stream crying in his bathtub, begging people to pay attention to him. So yeah, it was pretty funny. But he was a hit from day one. You got to give it to Jack, eh?
Yeah,
And let's
Jack
be
really hit
real,
the streets hard.
Paul created a little bit of that. Let's be real, because
Paul
he as soon as
instigated
it came, Paul just took it and fucking ran with it, and he became like the fucking star. He made him the star of the show for a long time.
Way long time.
I don't know if you remember, but yeah.
And it was funny because Paul's really good at just being like, go with your spirit, go with whatever you're feeling. And so like when he sees I'm in one of those moods, I'm ready to go in on somebody, he like if he wanted it, he would just like unleash it, bro. Unleash it. And then it would be like an hour long fucking annoying segment. And then half the crowd would cheer, half the crowd, fuck Moose, blah, blah, blah. It was fun, dude. It was so much fun because it was always like, at the end of the day, it was like, hey, Paul, did we do a good job today? Did we do a good job today? He's like, bro, fuck it. We did it. You showed up. That's all you got to do. Show up.
We have another troll to add to the mix.
Man, there was a lot of characters. I can't even remember them all. What about the fucking Chinese fucking spy? What was his name?
What about Robert Graves?
Robert Graves. Yeah.
Robert Graves. I called him out. What's up, Philly? This dude Robert Graves, right? He's a dude from like Africa or something, and he had this.
Yeah, he went to go buy a wife. He went to go buy a wife in Africa.
And I called him out on it, bro. I called him out on it. I was like, because we were under the assumption that she might not have been 21. She might have been lower than that. So I was pushing on that. I was like, so you went out to Africa to buy an underage girl, and he fucking disappeared. Fucking disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared. Yeah.
Welcome, Phil. What's new with you?
Nothing life,
You
man.
seem chill today.
I am chill. Don't worry. I'll turn it up, Jeff. I'll turn it up. Don't worry about it.
I have no doubt.
What up, brother man?
It's feeling good today.
They're reminiscing.
I'm actually
Of
in
the old
Wisconsin
drama
where
days.
it was 72 on Monday. Yesterday it was 40, and today it was hailing and snowing.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sucks, right?
What the fuck is this shit, dude?
Yesterday it was 60 something degrees. I'm outside standing. I'm like fucking sun baking myself because I look like Casper right now. And today I go outside and I'm like, hey, it's fucking 30 degrees again. Oh, okay.
You know what I did find out today? My fucking headlight went out this morning. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, you know, it didn't go out while I was driving. It was already out when I turned my car on. But I'm like, I'm driving to work. I'm like, I don't want to get stopped by the cops. Thank God I didn't get stopped by the cops. But, you know, most people go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone to buy headlights. And usually if one goes out, I buy two. Because one's going to go out. The other's going to go out almost automatically in the next time future. So I replaced both of them. But AutoZone had the same lights that I bought, and I went to Walmart. AutoZone had them for $70, and Walmart had them for $40.
Hold up.
Lights.
Hey,
so
buddy,
you
I don't know
sold
you,
your
but hold
soul
up.
to the fucking devil, didn't you?
Hold
Phil?
up, buddy. Hold up. Just a second here. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you were driving without a headlight for a certain amount of time, like to get to Walmart and stuff like that?
No. This morning, I woke up at fucking 2:30 in the morning, went to work, and I had a headlight out. I can't go to AutoZone.
Okay, stop there.
Yes.
You should have been arrested for that. That is illegal.
Right, Jeff?
You should
It
be
is
paying
illegal.
money because it's
Usually they
unsafe.
just give you a warning.
And it's
Yes.
unsafe.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
you're
should
right.
go to the police
Are
and
you
pay
registered?
them.
Are your tags up to date? That's the important thing.
See, my
Yes, my
tags
tags
went
are
up
up
to
to date. I have a legit
We
license.
appreciate it.
No.
I have no
You should be
record.
shot. You should be
Now,
shot
but
if your tags are not up to date.
to be on your side, I'm on your side. What's the fuck your
Okay,
name?
I knew you would be.
What the fuck's your fucking name? Hold on a minute. I gotta see your fucking. I can't even zoom in.
Just call him
Lobas. I'm on your side, Lobas. I don't fuck with the police.
It sounds more like lubrication for the ass. It's lube ass.
Oh, lube ass. I like that.
Yeah.
Lube ass. Lube ass. I'm on your side, lube ass. Yes. The first thing I thought was driving, and I'm like, oh my God, this is some bullshit. Now I'm gonna drive. The cops are gonna fucking stop me. I'm going into work. I ain't doing nothing wrong. It's gonna turn into some bullshit.
You're not doing nothing
Well,
wrong. What the fuck do
you should
mean
go
you're
to the
not? Hold
police
on,
station.
Lou. This
Shut
is
up,
my.
Moose.
Hold on.
You should go. Hold on,
Can you
Moose.
pause him for a
Moose,
second?
shut up.
Hold on, Moose. Hold on, Moose. I told you, Jeff. I told you, Jeff, turn it up.
Right
Go ahead,
now.
turn it up, Jeff.
30 seconds.
Hey, bro,
All right.
you should go
Phil,
right now to the
you're
police
telling me,
station and you should
damn
pay
you,
the fine.
Lou, I'm gonna hurt you.
Ooh, I like that. Paid ahead of time. Paid ahead of
I
time.
love a good mic fight.
And you got a receipt. And you got a sir, I got a receipt. It's already covered. I already paid the fine. You can't give me a free ticket.
Right. That would be the safe thing to do.
Well, the safe thing to do is
you should have been thrown on the front of a car.
go buy yourself a new headlight, which is what I did.
And then you fix it. Taken straight to jail because you could have ran somebody over in the middle of the night.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're in
It's
the middle
just
of
one light. I would have just given you a
Nope, Jeff.
No, that's the problem, Jeff. They don't give you a warning, Jeff. They don't give you a goddamn warning. They give you a ticket. They want to go in your car. All that shit.
Yeah, I want to.
How do you get to
this
the
guy
store to replace the bulb before?
This guy sounds like he might be Mexican. Are you Mexican, sir? You got some Mexican blood? Let me guess. You got tints, right? That's illegal, eh? You should go pay the fine for that too.
Negative. No Mexican blood inside me. No Mexican blood.
Okay, what? You got something going on in there. I don't know.
All right, you don't see the flag by my name? You don't see the flag by my name?
I bet you got fucking tints. Ah, you're Filipino. Yeah, so you got some Mexican in you if you're Filipino.
Puerto Rican.
Hey, don't worry. Lou's had some Mexican in him too, but that was that dude Enrique.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it, Moose. I didn't feel it. It was way too small, so it doesn't count.
Hey, shrimp dick is still shrimp dick, homie.
But to be honest, bro, shrimp tastes good, so fuck it.
Dick tastes good. Is that what you said?
I said shrimp tastes good.
Oh, I thought you said dick tastes good.
Well, next week is steak and a BJ day.
Yeah, Jeff is growing up. What day is it, Jeff? The 18th?
In a week from today.
He's
Next week.
growing up.
We'll probably end up
I
doing
don't
the
want to
same.
grow up, because if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Cha-ching, and now Toys R Us doesn't exist, so you wouldn't have any toys for your
giraffe.
kids.
You know
It's
what?
all right.
They still do exist in Macy's. Toys R Us is
In
in Macy's, and they
Holy
still have the goddamn giraffe.
Macy's
do?
and JCPenney,
Yes.
they combined forces with Toys R Us just to
Yes.
stay open.
Macy's essentially bought Toys R Us, and now they have a Toys R Us in Macy's.
Wow. So it's like, hey, we got a toy store while your mom could go shopping for all that dumb shit that we don't really need. Got it.
Well, you know what? To be honest, bro, it's not even a toy store, bro. Like when we were kids, we grew up. There was actually toy store where you went in. That's all they sold was toys, dude. Every fucking aisle.
Every
just
fucking
toys.
aisle.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
it was
didn't have
like
that growing up.
it was like going in and you're just like, holy fuck, we got the Ninja Turtles, we got the fucking
Anything
GI
you wanted, if you wanted it, that was there. Now you can't even find a toy store. You got to go to Walmart. You got to go. You got Kmart's anymore. You got to go to Walmart.
Let's not even
Kmart,
go
yep,
there. Where
and
you guys are
Howard.
taking it way too far already.
TJY.
Just the quality of the toys back then. That shit, you could blow those fucking things up with M80s and they'd still survive.
Ooh, we said M80s, dog. Get the fuck out of here. Blow them fuckers up.
Dude, I used to buy the fucking army men, right? And dig the holes, trenches and shit. And I'd set them up, throw some firecrackers in there, throw an M80, fucking watch that shit just blow up. Cops come, jump the fence or whatever and run, but it's all right.
Yeah, we used to put M80s in the goddamn bathroom in the school.
That's why the teachers don't get paid enough. We had to keep replacing the toilet because I don't know why, but the kids keep blowing the fucking back off of it.
Yo, we just it sounded so loud, dude. We would just all fucking run out of the goddamn bathroom. There was no cameras in the school yet. You know what I mean? It was like just run and scatter, dude.
What privilege! It sounds like you guys come from real privilege, man. I don't like Toys R Us.
Freedom, man.
Oh,
Turn it
fuck,
up.
It was
man.
freedom,
This is
exactly.
America,
It was
baby.
freedom.
This
No, it was
is
freedom,
the
dude. We used to be kids.
American
Listen,
race.
when we were kids, we used to leave the house. Your parents would get the fuck out of the house, and you left out of the goddamn house, and you were on bikes or skateboards, where the fuck you want. Where you GI Joe, your
whoa, wait a
marbles.
minute.
Oh
Wait a
man.
minute.
fucking
Are
do
you
that.
implying?
Generation
Hold on.
X.
Are you implying that your parents let you back in the house
No,
at
you had
night?
to be back home.
His parents
Had to
didn't
be
let him
back
in.
We never
home.
had a curfew.
I
We
wasn't
came
let
in
back
whenever we
into the
wanted.
house, and we didn't have fucking M80s to blow up the
Well,
toilet with.
well, you know
All
what?
we
You're
had
also
was
not Filipino. You're not Filipino. I am. Filipinos
all
do
we
it
had
that
was
way.
Yeah, and
all
I
we
have
had was
Filipino
sawed-off
friends and I have
shotguns.
Chinese friends, and I celebrated Chinese New Year, bitch. I go over to the house and I roll them fucking dice.
Moose.
I get 3 crabs, nigga. I got 3 crabs. Give me that money. Give me that money. I leave and everybody be like, how the fuck did the white guy win the money?
Oh,
I don't know, man. I don't know. The crackers.
You got crabs. You got crabs,
I got the crabs. No, so check this out. I remember the first time. Shut your mouth for a second, Lou. I got a good story. You're gonna love this. I remember the first time I got told, get the fuck out the house, right? Get the fuck out the house. Come back when the lights turn off or turn on, right? So I said, okay, cool. I grab the skateboard and I go to this fucking empty parking lot. I'm all by myself. I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be great, right? And next thing you know, I see this rail. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm fucking do this, dog. I got this. And I'm like, yeah, pump myself up. I'm like feeling good. I haven't even done anything yet, right? I haven't even like started skating yet, but I'm like, oh, I got this. I fucking hit it once. Bam, I fall. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. I got this. We got this. I fucking go for the second time. I fucking like I almost got it. But I fucking barely off balance.
Okay, how long is this story?
Hold on. The third time, Third time, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking, motherfucker, you got this. You ain't got this time. We fucking crawling home. I go to hit that rail. The board slips from out between my legs, and I fucking nutted so hard on the fucking rail. I fell over, and I'm all by myself in the middle of this fucking parking lot, 3 miles away from home, and I'm fucking bleeding from my groin.
From your scrotum.
I'm fucking crying. Fucking crawling
From your
on my
taint.
skateboard.
You're bleeding from your
Why would you
taint.
tell us that story?
I crawled 3 miles on a skateboard. The reason I told you that
Crawl
story
on the. I didn't even know you were a skater. I guess you
is
were.
because, bro, children these days, they'll never understand what it's like to be left in the wilderness all by yourself, having to crawl.
Oh, Daryl.
You know what's so crazy, Moose? Yo, Moose. When you went back home, you couldn't even tell your mom that happened because you would get your
I
ass
did
beat.
it. I fucking did it. I crawled up the stairs and I crawled into my room. I didn't even tell anybody I was home. I fucking crawled into bed and I cried like a little
your mom
bitch.
that shit happened, dog.
Bro.
Man, you guys really come from privilege, man. We didn't have skateboards. We had to build our own.
That's because your father
Here we
didn't
go.
work,
You
bro.
build your own skateboard.
Work.
Did you have square wheels? I'm just curious.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, they can be much more effective depending on the speed.
Depending on the speed, I bet they're effective.
Yeah, the higher the speed, the smoother the ride.
The moral of the story is kids are a lot safer now that they have to stay inside and be on the television. Okay, there you go.
Yes,
Listen, man. We used to build ramps and jump over each other, and if we fucking miscalculated wrong, we were algebra masters by the time we were 9 years old. We knew
Oh my God, the fucking
I'm gonna
privilege.
jump here. I'm gonna lay
thought I
5
was
feet down. I'm not gonna jump on you, and we will land. And some of you, if we was wrong with math, I'm gonna probably land on your ass. Come on,
You guys are so fucking privileged, man. I was the ramp. Okay,
dude, you don't even understand, bro. Like I used to think I was a master builder.
The ramp was the
safest.
The ramp was the fucking safest part, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it was because Dad built the ramp.
Yeah,
but I'm sitting up there in the tree. I got 2 nails in a board, and I'm
wait a
building
minute,
treehouse.
Moose. Are you saying your dad nailed you?
I got 2 nails in a board, and I'm building this treehouse. 2 nails in a board at a time, right? Not thinking maybe I should probably put a couple more nails in there, or maybe like figure out the logistics.
Fucking lube ass is just.
So I'm climbing this tree every day for like 8 months. Everything's cool. Everything's looking good. The tree house is looking even more unsafe by the day. I'm building walls.
It's even better.
Windows going up, and I'm climbing up this one day, and all of a sudden the branch, the big thick branch that gets me into the building, snaps. And
Salute.
I fall like 20 feet from the tree. I remember smacking
you're on
the ground. Yeah, bro. I smacked the ground so
you had
hard.
trees. At least, Moose, at least you had trees. We had to plant them and grow them ourselves before we could build a tree house.
Yo, Lubad, the fact that you're thinking about how to top that every time is fucking hilarious. Like, what? At least I had square wheels. We had to build our skateboards. What? You had trees? I had my trees.
Thing is his dad wasn't smart enough to know how to build the skateboard, so that's the problem.
At least my dad didn't nail me.
No, that's fine. I mean, he didn't nail me either.
Hey, listen, his dad's probably Mexican. Don't worry about it. It's not his fault.
But Lou can't handle his liquor. That's why his 40s are San Pellegrino.
Nah, you know what? I actually like Lou Bads. He's kind of funny, bro. He's good shit.
40s? What are you talking about, Moose? My 40s.
You gotta be in your 40s, dog.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a really big serious announcement. Can you tell these guys what time is it?
4:20.
It's
4:20.
Is that baby Moose?
What time is it?
It's 5 o'clock.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
and what does that mean? It's time to eat, right?
Yeah.
All right, homie. I just want you guys to know if you found some value from today's show, you found some entertainment, you got some energy, you got something, you got some good clips, whatever. Just give it back, man. Pay it forward. Throw some love, hit the like button, throw super chats, whatever. Just love each other. I'm out. I'll be back.
Absolutely.
Moose.
I love
We'll see you
Moose.
tonight.
Now we're down to 4. Lubass, RW. What's RW stand for?
Retarded white person.
Nah. I don't know. I just know him as RW.
It could be rich white boy.
Robert, Richard.
It could be a rotten worm.
Could be a rotten worm. Ringworm.
Could be a fucking rainbow
So what are
whale.
you?
It could be a
And
rainbow whale.
look, it's RW, not
So
RW.
you're Filipino. What's your name? Filthy Filipino. I guess you're
filthy
Filipino.
Filipino.
Are you in the Philippines or are you in America?
Nah, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not a Filipino, but I'm in the Americas. Yes, the Americas.
Legally.
We're one giant continent.
Okay, you don't have to tell me exactly where you're at. I don't give a fuck. I'm just curious.
I'm in Venezuela.
Have you ever been stopped by ICE?
Yes.
What do you say?
I ain't giving you shit.
Well,
How many times?
Puerto Ricans are technically American, no? Don't they have
We are
American?
Americans. We are Americans. Yes.
Yeah, you're an American enclave. So you
He's
use
more
American
American than
dollars.
you are.
Well, I'm not American. I'm Canadian.
Yeah, we know.
But
Canada, you know what? Canada's America too. I mean, Canada's America also. So you're American also.
yeah, North America, of course.
Yes, North America.
North America, South America, it's all the Americas.
Exactly. So you're American.
Technically, yes, you're correct. I belong to the world.
But that's how we should all be. Belong to the world. Fuck what the fuck race you are, where you come from. Where you came from might not be who the fuck you are now. It's what you are now that you provide to the world to like let it just be absorbed or fucking get thrown to the trash.
No, man, that ain't happening.
Fuck them.
That ain't happening. I
Throw it in the
enjoy
trash.
that there's a fucking Chinese area in Toronto and that there's a Mexican area and that there's fucking Little Italy and that
I'm
there's
not
fucking
saying no.
Jewish
Yeah, I'm not
town.
saying avoid
Why
culture. I
should
think
everybody
culture.
mix? What
I think
there
culture.
should be, like I don't have a problem with people wanting to mix. Yeah, come in.
Oh, wait,
Holy
hang on.
shit! What are you doing?
Oh.
Selling drugs?
Put them there.
What the fuck?
He was
You got like
earlier.
a house going?
Yeah, everything good?
No, you got 3
You look like a
bathrooms.
gangster priest.
Okay, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, dog. You look like a gangster priest. I like that, John.
All
Throw them in the water.
Okay.
He lubes the ass as a gangster priest.
All right, leave them there. Thanks, buddy. Sorry.
No, you're good, brother, man.
Was that a deal? Did we
I was
catch
breaking
one of
your
your
balls. I was breaking your balls. I said you were in a trap house selling the deal. And then
No,
Jeff called you a gangster pastor. And I'm like, he
I
looks like
just
a
came
gangster
from
pastor.
there. I just came from the trap house. That's when I got on the panels, and I was at the trap house delivering some weed.
I just came from the trap house too, dog. Say words. Salute to you, bro.
Take care,
I love the
RW.
trap
We'll see you
house.
tonight at the game
Good night, RW.
in like
You leaving?
3 hours. I think RW is. He's going to do family stuff.
That's good, Darren. That's good.
We get
You
a
got
lot
an
of
hour on me,
dads.
bro. You
with
got about a
him
half
that
hour
have
on
to go
me.
off and be dads.
I got some time. I got to open up my hood, change my goddamn headlights. Do that in the daytime. But I have.
You're in your garage. You're
Yeah.
you're
I'm always
usually
in
out
my
in your
garage.
yard. No,
Yeah, but you
sometimes
know
you're
what?
out in your yard.
It's not that fucking warm yet, Jeff. It's like normally in the summertime, I'm in my backyard, chilling, enjoying the birds and shit. But when it's cold, fuck,
Yeah.
stay in my heated seats. I smoke in my goddamn garage and not worry about shit.
So you're actually in Puerto Rico, or no? Not that I just.
No, I'm actually in Wisconsin. If you want to know of the
Wisconsin.
Americas,
He's in
the northern Americas, the white part of America.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican people, they fucking take such a hit, man, from America proper, if you want to call it that. They're getting fucking decimated.
They're not, to be honest.
What did you think of the
problem
halftime
with Puerto
show?
Rico is this. I'll be real with you. The problem with Puerto Rico is that they're making, for example, you can open up a business right now as an American, Northern American, or I guess a Puerto Rican. Open up a business in Puerto Rico. If you live there for 6 months, hypothetically, you not have to be, but you have a house there, you'll get 15 years of tax breaks. You pay no taxes on your principal that you gain from your business, as long as you live there for 6 months. So most folks, what they do is they have money, they establish a business, they get a house down there, which they probably rent out, but they probably live in it half the year. They live in America, they go on vacation, do their business trip, whatever it is, and they're not paying no taxes on it because of the tax break in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and the people that live there don't get the same benefit.
The people that live
They don't
there
get it.
are getting horrible benefit. They're getting paid horribly, which in turn is raising the property value higher, which
Right.
makes the locals, like Hawaii, for example, it makes the locals not be able to buy properties and stay in the island, which makes the people coming in and investing, getting all these tax breaks, benefiting more than the actual people who live on the island.
Yeah, that's true. I looked into buying some land in Puerto Rico until I realized what the fuck was going down
Dude,
over there. And
I was just there 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just down there 2-3 weeks ago. I went there for 10 days. I looked at a few properties, and a lot of the properties, bro, that are, if you want to buy a property right now at, I call it a 120. You put 120, you're getting a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. It could be by the beach, possibly, but not necessarily. But the houses themselves, they're all concrete and they're all gone to shit. So you have to literally build again brand new. You have to knock down the concrete because it's so horrible, hasn't been maintained, that you're destroying the property to build a new property, and then they build a new property that's 10 times the full because as white America, I want to call it that, not that I live in it, but white America has this view of like, we need to have all this, the bigger the house, the bigger the car, the bigger the garage, I have money type shit. I don't know. That's how I look at shit. They're the ones buying the properties. So investors are buying all these properties. They have millions of dollars because they have people involved in the investing, and they can afford to revamp these houses in a faster ratio than we can, as if you were to buy one and try to live in it. It's like buying the American dream back in the days was buying a fucking fixer-upper. That was the dream in America. And not a fixer-up in America, even in Puerto Rico, it costs you $150,000. You're not going to buy $150,000 for, you want a house that's already done, bro. I can move in it. I'm good. Besides the maintenance, I shouldn't have to add siding or a fucking new roof or fucking new plumbing, new electrical to update it, so on and so forth.
Well, good thing you have all those workers down there to help with that. Are they as good as the Mexicans?
Yeah. They're very well. I mean, they know what's going on. You know what's so fucked up, Jeff? They're the ones doing the work on the houses. Is the local people.
Yeah.
Which gives them some business, but it's going to get to the point where now it's going to, maybe in 15 years and 25 years, that's all going to be done. Everything's already remodeled. I don't fucking know.
But the houses are going to need cleaning and maintaining, and the lawns are going to need mowing.
Yeah, but it's not about that. Okay, I'll give you an example. Imagine somebody else coming from, I don't want to call it another country, but Puerto Rico has its own culture. We're like our own country. We would like independency, to be honest. We can't even vote. If you're on the island, you can't vote, even though you're American.
You can't vote for Puerto Rican government at all?
As a Puerto Rican on the island, living
government?
in the island, you cannot vote for a president.
Oh,
There
okay.
technically is no Puerto Rican government.
Right? You can vote for a government,
Yeah,
yes.
but they're
You can vote for
technically
your government.
But
Yeah,
not
but it's
for president.
but the people that are ruling in Puerto Rico are not even Puerto Ricans. They're fucking oligarchs from America that come and rule them. They don't even have really a choice. It's a bad situation. I wouldn't doubt
It
if
is.
Puerto Rico, if shit hits the fan and Puerto Rico doesn't
It's
have
turning
some
into
sort of
Hawaii,
civil
dude.
war.
Turning into Hawaii. You're losing Samoan culture.
Yeah.
You're losing Hawaiian
Yeah.
culture in Hawaii. That's a prime example.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny has a
Yeah.
song, basically, Lo que pasó Hawaii, meaning what happened to Hawaii. And it took years, But you know, Pearl Harbor happened, and basically Americans just moved in there and made this beautiful country so wonderful, and everybody with money just bought everything out, bro. The locals can't even
That's
live in
what
a
happened
local
in
regular house.
Louisiana too. I grew up with that cultural erosion as well. That just happens when there's a dominant culture that has the power to come in and gentrify and
But I
culturally
mean,
assimilate.
can you agree, for example, Jeff, that as being a Hawaiian locally, as a Hawaiian or a Puerto Rican or a Cuban, Dominican, say America took over the countries also. They're taking over goddamn Greenland, for example, right now. They want Greenland. Like, if you're from Greenland, here comes this country coming in now. Now you're America. Like, you're gonna do it our way. We're gonna come in and just take all your shit and just. It might take 50 years, 100 years, but you're trying to eliminate the culture of what that island stands for, dude. In 100
Yeah,
years,
I mean that happens when let's just throughout history when two cultures meet and one is larger or more culturally dominant or economically dominant, they get assimilated.
it happened in America. America's Native Americans
Yeah.
everywhere.
That's why I call it a melting pot. That's what melting is.
But America was the Native Americans, and we came in and eliminated them. And now they're just in little pods,
Still here. We
and little
watched one.
tribes
Oh no, he was Sicilian.
through
I guess they did
America.
because
They
they had
only
to
had
use a
tribes, but they
Sicilian in
had
the
the whole
commercial.
land, dude. They had Mexico, they had Canada, they had everything, dude. Now it took this many years to eliminate them, but it has, bro. I mean, when I was a kid,
Assimilate, not eliminate. There's still. There's a huge
assimilating.
Indian
I
reservation
understand.
like right next to me where
I
I
understand
live.
between assimilating and eliminating. What I'm trying to
They're
state is
still
that
here.
Hawaii has been eliminated as being Hawaiian. Hawaiians who are Hawaiians now are not Hawaiians. They're people who generationally in the 60s bought homes and they live here. You don't know nothing about the goddamn culture.
Yeah.
Nothing about it.
Why would they? They Californians do that. They did that to Vegas. They did that to Washington State. Just the state of California alone. They're doing it to Texas. That's
So
what happens
that's
when
not
one
assimilating, that's
culture.
eliminating. That's eliminating culture. It's eliminating culture. Now, I'm not saying the culture don't continue to happen. It does continue to happen. People, I mean, they do it for Filipinos or Japanese coming here or Muslims. They come to America and they still practice their culture.
Yeah. But there's nothing stopping you from keeping your culture alive.
I'm not saying that, but if you keep eliminating the island that brought the culture and you take away the people who are on the island and make the culture within 100 years, your grandkids won't even know about it because the culture now is completely different. You're playing
Yeah,
country
but
music.
I
You're
don't
playing
think.
country music in Puerto
Also, the
Rico,
white
for
people
example.
in 100 years, the white people that are living are not going to be the same as the white people living in Wisconsin either. They're going to have some kind of cultural influence on them as well.
Now, to your defense, everything you're saying, eventually, when I say someone white playing country music in Puerto Rico in 100 years, I believe the white race itself has been more dominant by Latinos. I feel like I said this when I was younger, but in 25 years, you're gonna have more Latinos in America than you will whites.
Yeah, y'all are turning us Mexican. Look at the halftime show.
Now the problem with Latinos is this: Latinos come in all colors. We come white, we come brown, we come black, and you don't even know. You just assume that they're just a black
So
person.
do whites.
That's why they have
So do
non-Hispanic
whites.
white as a category.
There's all
Understand.
kinds of different kinds of whites. Like
I'm not.
whites
You're
from
right. You're right.
Europe.
But the white is still the white.
There's
Yeah, but once it
Italians that are.
starts to blur, you get that gray area.
True, which is
Like where
again,
does
but
that's the
still,
whole
what you were
problem
saying.
with
That's
whiteness.
the
How do you know
assimilation.
when somebody's
That's the
white? Where
assimilation.
does white end and begin? How can you tell?
I don't know. And again, I don't want to eliminate the white race. I think the white race is needed. We need all people. I'm not trying to eliminate nobody.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to do is
I
like,
don't mind
What do
being
you mean?
Latinized either. I love y'all's food.
What
And
do
I
you
love the
mean by
culture.
whiteness, Jeff? What do you mean by whiteness? What does that mean?
Well, that's just it. What is whiteness? When we talk
that's the
Well,
about
question
white
I'm trying to ask.
people
you're
or
the
white
one that
culture,
used
or is
it, so
somebody
maybe
white?
try defining it.
Well, that's what that my whole point is. It's very difficult to do because it's a very fuzzy category. Where do you draw the line? What determines whiteness? How white somebody is or not? Do you do a genetic
True.
test on them?
My mom, listen, for example, my dad is about your color, Jeff. All right. And he's full Puerto Rican. My mom is like Wesley Snipes. She's black, dark. Okay, full Puerto Rican. I'm in the middle. I might come out a little brown, whatever. Now that doesn't mean anything.
Hey.
Now that doesn't mean that he's white, my mom is black, and I'm Hispanic. That doesn't mean that. Okay. And again, with assimilation, the more you have the melting pot, like you stated, it's going to make more of eliminated races and culture and understanding where you came from. It comes the American culture, which can be a mixture of everything in reality.
Yeah. I think that's
The
one of the
Spanish
strengths of America.
people, the Spanish people in Europe are extremely white, and then
They
they
just need to melt freely.
colonized places. Huh?
Oh, go
A
ahead. I
lot of
Say
just said
what?
Puerto Ricans are considered
they need to
Europeans. They
melt
have European
legally.
blood inside them. You know what I mean? They got European blood, they got Spaniard blood, and they got Taino blood. But most
Anal
Puerto
blood.
Ricans are made out of European blood. You're right.
Yeah, but even the idea of European, there's so many different like cultures and races, and not races, but they're not all the same.
Celtic,
Like if you
Germanic,
get
Mediterranean.
Portuguese people are very different from Spanish. Spanish are very different from Italian.
Yes.
Italian are very different from German. German are very different from Austrian. Austrian are very different from Swedish.
Norwegian.
Swedish are
You can bring
different
them
from
all in there.
Nordic.
Now,
There's
everything you're saying is right. So now when you put them in America, which is the melting pot, I love all that mixture. But if we keep mixing it, you dissolve where it came from
yeah, well,
originally.
Yeah,
that's
but
their
do you
that's
think
their
that you
business.
merge into some larger American identity? Is there an American identity that we all start to become?
I believe the American identity will be Hispanic.
Not a
No,
Now,
mix?
it's
this is
not. I
50
don't
years.
believe that's true. I
I
don't
say
believe
in
that's
50
true.
years, the dominant of race in
Like,
America will be
what
Hispanic.
flavor is going to dominate the gumbo eventually? You think it's going to be the Hispanic one?
No, I believe, you know what, Jeff, your great grandkids, your great grandnephews, whatever they're all gonna know Spanish. How about that? Maybe your whole family, Jeff, didn't know Spanish at all throughout your whole generations of your life. But I guarantee you, 3 from now will know Spanish.
You think so?
Yes, I guarantee it.
But today, most
Why?
Spanish
Now,
know
why is
English.
that? That's assimilation, like you stated.
Well,
It's a melting pot.
because the
But
English, the
that's the whiteness. Hold
the
on, hold up, Lobas. Lubass. I'm calling it Lubass, my bad. What up, Lubass? But that's assimilation again. It came so dominant that it's getting to the point where the Hispanics are coming in so strong. It's going to be to the point where Spanish is going to be another natural language. We're so stuck in America being English, 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 the American dollar. We're the only ones in the whole world that write the month first and then the date. Everybody else in the
And the
world
metrics,
the date
the
first
imperial system.
and then the day and month. Everyone uses metric system. We have to use standard system. We want to be our own people. I get it. I understand that shit, but it's gonna basically evolve, assimilate.
Maybe.
but that's up to you to maintain,
True.
right? It's up to
Yeah,
the
I
Italians
love
if
my
they want to
culture.
stay Italian.
I
To
got 3 flags in my house. I got flags in my car. I represent Puerto Rico 100%. You know what I mean? I have
The
property
American
there.
flag, the Puerto Rican flag, the rainbow flag, and what
Hey,
else?
all the flags are good. But I tell you what, I fly the Puerto Rican flag above the American flag in my house. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Really?
Yes.
I got the Cajun
And
flag.
to be honest, yo, I fly the Puerto Rican flag, the Marine Corps flag, and then the American flag. And that's wrong. And I was taught that. I know that's wrong. Being a military person, but I don't give a fuck.
I don't have a problem with what order people fly their flags in. That's all part of
But that's the order
self-expression.
of the
I
flag
like
in
that you
America. That's
fly the
how it should
Marine
be
flag
flown.
too.
The American flag should always be flying the highest. Putting it below another flag is
Maybe in
disrespectful to
public,
Americans.
maybe officially in public, but at your house, fly it however you want.
But in my head, I'm like, you know what? If I show a Puerto Rican flag, I show a Marine Corps flag, you already know I'm American. If you're ignorant to the fact that I'm showing a Puerto Rican flag and you don't know it's American, you don't know that fact. Okay, cool. I got a Marine Corps flag, and then I got an American flag. Like, why the fuck's it fucking matter how I fly my goddamn flags? But I
I
was
don't think it
taught that
does.
that's wrong in the military. That is wrong. The way you fly flags, oh, I understand the code of flags, but I still fly it the way I want to because of what I feel I want to represent as myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should.
I don't fly any of these flags. Not fucking the Canadian, not the fucking
What do
Italian,
you
Well,
not
fly?
the
that's
You
the
fucking
probably
fucking
fly
Russian,
one
problem.
of
not
the
the
You're a
right
fucking
German.
Canadian. You
I
probably
don't.
fucking
yellow,
goof ass
I don't fly
brown,
motherfucker.
flags. Period.
red.
All those flags are just a fucking.
I wouldn't
It's
fly
just
the
a way of
Canadian flag either.
brainwashing people to believe that
No, they're not, dude. That's your
they're
culture,
just
bro.
brainwashed.
That's
Flags
who
All
the
these
fuck you
brainwash.
are.
flags.
How does a flag
That's,
No, the
brainwash?
culture. Listen,
Let's
I'll give you an
prove it.
example. You know,
go ahead, sir.
the Afghanistan has an Afghanistan flag, right? But there's like 10 different cultures that are could be their own country in Afghanistan, but they have to fly under the Afghanistan flag. None of them do that, but somehow it's been treated as if it's a country.
And
Hang
my
on.
flag got
You know,
gloves on
same
it,
with
dog. My
America.
flag got gloves
America
on it. We got gloves on my flag, dog. We don't fuck around,
America
dog.
is
We got
so
gloves.
diverse. Uh, America is so diverse of a country that flying under all one flag, in my opinion, doesn't really make a whole lot
We
of
don't. We
sense.
have state flags too. People fly state flags, and now we got the rainbow flag, and
Flags
it's
were
there's even
created.
different versions of that.
Flags were created to move soldiers forward. That's it. They were
That
not
doesn't mean
created to
that's
be a
how we have
nation,
to use them
to be
all the time.
nations. They were created so that the soldiers knew where their line was, right? And
Yeah, but
so
that's not
it's
how the ordinary
literally
citizen is
following.
going to use it.
I know it's not how an ordinary citizen uses it, but understanding where it comes from can give you a better perspective on what it is, right? You may have
Okay.
more in common with somebody in fucking Sweden, for all you know. This guy here might have someone more in common than someone in Spain, for all he knows. He's never been there, but he might have more in common with them,
You're
right?
right.
I might have more in common with somebody in Italy. Okay, I'm
On an
Italian,
individual
whatever.
level,
I mean,
yes, but on a political
WAPs have
level,
always been.
I do not.
I mean, most cultures are the same. I think they all want to preserve their culture. Everybody, right? Now, obviously, there's a few cultures that are more stronger in maintaining their culture. I mean, Jews is number one, I would say. Italians are very strong in maintaining their culture. They get into their own little group and they hold it, and they don't allow it to die. So that's
Well, there's
other
certain
cultures
races,
too. Some.
Lubas, there's certain races that marry only that race. Like a Hmong, there's certain races, they only marry Hmong. They only marry, we'll say Mexican. I only marry
Yeah,
Mexican. I'm not saying, but Hmong for sure, I know, only
and
marry
do
Hmong.
you
They
think
don't
that's
marry an American.
racist? Do you think
Not.
that's racist?
No, it's not
No,
racist.
it's not racist. It's natural. It's
They're keeping their
normal.
culture, they're
Everybody,
keeping their culture
every
alive.
everybody is naturally endowed with the will to be with somebody that looks like their mother and father. That's how it works. Because your first face you see as a baby is what you're most likely going to gravitate to have as a mate, right? So
I can agree with
that's
that.
why
I
I
can
don't
agree
get
with that.
this. That's just the way it works, right?
And
And
not
this
necessarily,
whole
like, and
push
not
to try
necessarily,
and
I mean, look
mix.
like them, but like be like your parents, like be like your mom or your dad. So if you're a male, you find a female that's like your mom, like something not necessarily look like her. But I do understand as if you were a certain culture, like the Far East Indian culture, they marry only in that culture. Japanese try to stay with Japanese. Monks stay with
Yeah.
Hmong. Whites stay with whites. Now, whites do mix and we do intermingle, and so do Puerto Ricans and other cultures. I understand, but that's some cultures that stay strong. You're saying I agree with that. You're right.
Everybody mixes at some level or another, but it's more common for them not to mix than to mix. It's
Yeah,
just nature. And
yeah.
I'm glad. Thank God for that. It's like I said before. I don't want Chinatown to disappear. I don't want Little Italy to disappear. I don't want fucking, whatever town, the hood, let's say, if you want to call it. I don't like that name, but, black area, Harlem, where it's all black. I don't want that to disappear. That's what makes the world great, is our differences. So
You in the five boroughs? You're in the
I could
five boroughs,
step,
or you're in Canada?
no, I'm in Canada, but Toronto's like kind of like New York. It's a lot like New York. It's maybe not as populated as New York, but it's a lot like New York. and it has a
Gotcha.
bunch of boroughs all around it. They call it the Greater Toronto Area or the GTA. So there's like, just like New York, basically. So there's
I got
areas that
you.
are all Italian. There's areas that are all Jewish. There's areas that are all black. There's areas that are all whatever. I
Hispanic.
don't know, like it's Chinese,
We don't
Hispanic.
go that
There's all
far
kinds,
though.
and we all have the choice to visit each other and enjoy each other's culture. But if that were to be all mixed, we'd become one gray world. I think that's pretty stupid and boring, and I don't think it's going to
I think
happen
we'd be
either.
gray.
No,
Well,
would
I
it be?
mean gray in a sense where there's no more cultures. There's no
Yeah,
more,
like a big,
you
like a
know.
monoculture, but I don't think we're in danger of that anytime soon. The world's
I
too
don't
diverse.
think we're in danger of it either, although I believe that there is an undercurrent which is trying to push the world towards that, except for certain groups.
Like what? Like
You
who?
know,
What?
especially to dilute what they call or believe whiteness is. There's no such thing as whiteness. There's only shades of pink. There's no such thing as black. There's only shades of brown, right? So this black and white thing is just
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
if you're talking about
false.
skin color. I think a lot of people use it to mean culturally white, which Anglo-Saxon culture, British, Canadian,
Here,
American,
I got a
Australian.
question for you,
Okay,
Jeff.
so how
Why
different
doesn't
are the
hold
Irish
on, hold
from
on.
the British?
Why doesn't ICE go after the Irish guys coming into America with no documents? Because they
They
look white.
if they
I'm just
fall under the criteria of
I'm
whatever
just I'm
ICE
just
is going after,
but it but it but it
criminals,
but it
where they should be.
but listen, ICE is not going after white dudes with white complexion from Yugoslavia or Czechoslovakia,
Do you know
whatever it
that
may
for a
be,
fact?
Scandinavia,
Do you know
coming
that
to
for a
America.
fact?
Hold on. They're looking at Hispanics who are brown and maybe black hair, brown hair. They're looking for that. They're not trying to find immigrants the other way. Now, am I saying that's wrong or right? No, I understand that maybe them folks aren't causing problems. They're not bringing drug cartels, aren't bringing drugs to our goddamn our country, but they still are, and no one goes after them. And that's the problem I have with ICE. It's like you have to have a certain view. It's you have to look this way. If you look this way, I'm gonna fuck with you. But if you look white, like you, Jeff, or you from Yugoslavia, you can walk down the street with no problem, and you're an immigrant. That's what the
Bro,
whiteness for
ICE
me
is my
becomes the
opinion.
problem.
ICE is training. ICE is just a training session in
Dude,
order
ICE
for
is
the
getting paid
police,
for
the
volunteers to
military
come
to
in.
be able to
They're,
say,
they're coming in,
ICE,
they're getting paid money
can I
just come in
finish?
and be extra police force, dude. That's a problem with ICE. ICE should be after
Can
people,
I
but
finish?
go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
ICE is, in my opinion, is just a training session, right? They're training police forces, which are standing armies, sheriffs, which are no longer true sheriffs, constitutional sheriffs. They're no longer sheriffs, and soldiers, military people. It's a training session to help them understand that they can now have the power to subjugate their own people. That's what it is. It's training.
I
And if
like
Here
people
that.
in
can't
Washington
see
State,
that,
they're passing a law that non-citizens and immigrants can become law enforcement now. So you don't even have to be a citizen to arrest
they've
other
been
Yeah.
doing
people.
that from day
You know
one. It's
why?
not
You know
about
why that? You
that.
know why, Jeff?
It's not about
'Cause they need other
citizenship.
languages. That's why.
It's not about citizenship. It's about training the law enforcement and the military class to subjugate their own people.
Well, you
The
did say
problem is
that was
this:
an
the
opinion.
police don't even know goddamn rules how they are. They don't know goddamn laws how they are. The police are already violating police goddamn laws when the laws are already written by a goddamn Supreme Court, and they still violate those goddamn laws. So why do we have
Supreme,
ICE doing
your
worse?
supreme, your Supreme Court, as you call it, is not supposed to make law.
Well, they
That's
do.
not
It
how
doesn't make the
America.
law.
But
Congress
that's
makes the
not
law.
how America is supposed to work.
What
Well, they do
laws
though.
is the Supreme Court making?
Well,
They're not.
by using these Supreme Court cases, they're using them as if they're law. They're not supposed to be that.
What do you mean? I don't even understand what you're saying.
Like,
So, like, say for
go ahead.
the cops, for example, they use what's that one they use? Pennsylvania versus
For Mims,
Mims.
for the
So
Mims,
they
yes.
use that law to say that you have
That's
You
not
have
a
to get
law,
out
though.
of
That's
your
just a
car,
case.
whether you like it or not, just because.
They asked you to
Okay, but
safety.
they're using it as a law because if you don't
They're using it as
if you don't
precedent,
do what they
meaning
tell
if
you, then
this
they
does
will
make it
arrest
to the
you.
court, this is how the
Right,
Supreme Court is likely to rule. So
right,
they're going to act as if.
right. So
But that's not a law. They're
it's
just
law,
using it as
exactly.
precedent.
It's
It's not
case
a
law.
law.
It's case law. It's
It's
called case law,
it's.
but what the lawyers lose
You just
in
said the
goddamn court.
word. You just said the word, Jeff. Jeff, you just said the word. It's
What word did I?
acting.
It's not a law.
It's
Pennsylvania
all
versus whoever is
acting.
not a fucking law. That's not what a case is. A law is
That's
something Congress
that's
makes
case
a
law.
bill.
That is
It
Right,
case
makes it
but
law.
they
to the House
act.
or the Senate here in America. That is a law. A case is not a law. It is a
Right,
court case.
but they act. Right, and they
They
act as
use it
if it's
as
a law.
precedence. That does not mean it's a law or that they're using it like a law.
Right.
Listen to what he's saying, dog. Listen to what
Here,
he's
I'm gonna
saying,
get
Lobas.
Charlie to explain it.
Go ahead, Lobas. Go
They
ahead. I'm here.
use it as
I'm on your side.
if it was a law. It's an
It doesn't
act.
mean it's a
Why do you
law.
think they call it an act?
Like, get
Because
out
it
of your
has no
car. So
legitimacy.
hold on. So Jeff, for example, example right now, you're pulling over. You're me driving this morning with one bad headlight. You're going into work. Cool. They pull you over. Get out of your car, whatever it is, and they want to pat you down. Okay. Now I know, Jeff, that you don't have no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. I
But
understand
what
all that.
happens if you don't get out of your car?
But
Yes.
they have laws for that too. They're not just
No,
going
but
off of a court case. They
hold on,
still have
Jeff.
laws.
What if you decide, Jeff? You know what? For what? I'm gonna get my car. My headlights out. It burned out. Hit a deer right now. I don't want to get out. It's cold. And they tell you get out
Yeah,
of your
give me a
car.
ticket and fuck off.
And you take the consequence of your choice to
Right.
not
So
get
What
you're
are
out.
the
going to jail then.
consequences?
You're going to jail.
Whatever the
Right. So
consequence is.
No, you're
aren't you
going to
supposed to
jail.
be innocent until proven guilty?
Yes. Yes.
So the cops can now punish you and you haven't been proven guilty of any
They can
crime,
charge
but
you
they could
with
put you in
obstruction
cuffs.
or
They
failure to
could cage
cooperate,
you in a back.
whatever.
They
That
could
is something you're
cage you.
guilty of.
They could
And then
beat
And
they
you know
you.
take
what,
you to
Jeff?
They could
And
jail, and
Jeff,
then
tase
due
Jeff,
you.
process
you know
kicks
what,
in at
Jeff?
that point.
Okay, Jeff. So you're saying they're charging you with that, right? Obstruction, failure to obey. Cool.
Whatever,
Cool. You
yeah,
get locked
whatever the
up,
law is on the
right? Now,
books.
hold
They
on,
can't
Jeff. You get
charge you
locked
with a
up.
court case. They can't charge you with Pennsylvania versus the United
Yes,
States.
they will.
They have to
They
charge you
will
with a
use that
law.
law. They will use that.
No, they will use. No,
No,
they
they
can't.
use
There is no
law.
law charging you. That's why it's
Not
an
the law
act.
charging you,
So
dog.
they'll use
The
whatever law
law.
they think fits, and they'll attach it to Pennsylvania versus Mims. You didn't get out because we told you that's a law that the Supreme Court has accepted as a precedent, and now if you don't do it, we get to charge you with obstruction of
You
Or
ha you
justice,
break your
have ways, for
window,
which is
example,
an
such
break
as
your
act. It's a
window,
big
whatever you want to get
act.
into your
I'm
car.
not
Now,
even sure what you're
now
talking
you have
about.
to.
Nothing you're saying is making sense. That's
I don't
not
know
what
if
cops do
I'm
when they
losing
charge people.
connection.
You was. I'm on your side, Lobas. I'm on your side.
Of course it is. Of course it is, but Jeff, it's exactly what they charge people with. They
No, they
generally
do not
charge them with
charge people
And you
with
know
obstruction of
court
what? And
justice
cases.
Jeff,
Here,
and
we'll get
Jeff,
because they
and
didn't
Charlie.
Jeff,
obey them.
Jeff, when you go to court, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna get charged with that charge no matter what.
Right, but that's not the court
Well,
case. He's
that
saying the
depends how
Supreme Court
you
is
act
making
in court
laws that
Well,
thing.
yeah, I like you,
or
Lobas,
don't
even more
act.
now by saying that shit, dog.
Hey,
I like you
Charlie, are
more by
you there? We
saying
need
that
your help to
shit.
settle something.
You've got me loud and clear, Jeff. I'm ready to dive right into the fray.
Here's the thing. Can you explain the difference between a court case and a law? People are saying that when a cop stops you, they cite a court case when they're charging you instead of a law. So laws direct what cops are allowed to charge and not charge you with. But people are saying that cops are using court cases as to charge people with instead of laws or something like that. So can you explain the difference between the two? The Supreme Court does not make law. It rules on cases that come in front of it. And Congress makes the law. The legislative bodies make the law.
All right, here's the cut and dry truth. A law is a rule crafted by a legislative body. Think Congress or your state legislature. It's the written code that says what's allowed and what's not. A court case, on the other hand, is a specific dispute where a judge or court interprets those laws. When police stop you, they enforce laws. They might reference a key court case because that case clarified how a law applies. But that case isn't the law. It's the map for how the law is understood in real life. So Congress writes the script, and the courts interpret how that script plays out.
Does that help?
And the
Ask him about
cops
gave you
Pennsylvania
and the
versus Mims.
cops
No fluff.
Ask him
and
about
the
Any more
Pennsylvania versus
cops
confusion
Mims.
pops up,
act.
I'm right here
Hold
to cut
on,
through it
and the
again.
cops act as if you're breaking the law.
Ask him what
Because you are
Pennsylvania versus
breaking.
Mims
I must
stands
be
for.
breaking up or
Hang on,
something.
I'm going to tell them what you're saying. So they're saying the cops act as if you're breaking the law, but they're charging you for breaking a law. They're not acting like you're breaking a law.
Exactly. If you're being charged,
I have
it's
to
for
go out and
violating
come
an
back in.
actual
Something's
law.
wrong with my.
The court cases just influence how that law is understood. Cops don't charge based on a court case. They use it as a guide to apply the law. So the law is the rule. The case helps define how that rule works in real life.
So if you're being charged by a cop, you're being charged for violating some specific law that they could cite that's on the books as law, not as a court case.
No, they're not.
The cop citation should trace back to a specific law in the books. If they mention a court case, that's just context for how that law has been interpreted. But your charge is always anchored in a law, not a courtroom drama.
Well, we
Yeah,
have
it's
a
called
Canadian on the panel
obstruction.
that's insisting otherwise, that no, they're not charging based on a law.
Well,
They're
your
charging
Canadian
based
panelist is
on
barking up the
the
wrong maple
court
tree.
case.
No matter the country, an officer's charge must stand on the shoulders of a law, something officially written and passed. Court cases are more like the footnotes, not the rule book.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Charlie.
Can you
right.
ask him what up?
So
Hold up. Ask him what up Pennsylvania versus Mims means.
it means that a cop can ask
Like
you to get out of your
Mercedes-Benz?
car.
What does
I'll tell
Pennsylvania
you.
versus Benz mean?
For
Picture
officer
this.
safety.
A pig fully committed to its breakfast, because bacon isn't something you casually contribute to. Pigs and hens.
No. You misheard. Okay, it's a court case. Pennsylvania
That was
versus
perfect.
Benz.
No barnyard antics here. Pennsylvania v. Binns is a real court case. It clarified rules around searches during traffic stops. Basically, it shaped how officers can look around when they pull someone over. But even that case is just interpreting the existing laws. It doesn't replace them.
Okay, so the laws they're using that direct and guide what they're allowed to search and not search are laws that are passed on the books. The case is just an interpretive framework that clarifies and reinforces the actual laws. And people think that they're using that case alone as the law, and they think that courts and the Supreme Court therefore make laws. And that's what I'm trying to clear
Jeff,
up.
can I ask you a
What up?
question, Jeff?
The law is the
What up?
bedrock, passed
No,
by
I
legislatures.
started talking first,
Cases,
bro. Hold
including
on.
Supreme Court rulings,
No,
are like
listen.
finely tuned instruments that interpret how we play that law in real life. Courts don't create the sheet music. They just help us figure out how to read it when the notes get tricky. So yes, you can clear that up. The law is the law, and the case is the guide to applying it.
Okay, go ahead, Lubas.
Okay, let me ask you this question. What is America's supreme law of its land? What is the
I
most
don't think we have
highest
one
law?
law. The Constitution is the ultimate basis for all the other
Okay, so
laws.
your
Everything flows
Constitution,
downstream
not
from
that
the
I agree.
Constitution.
Yeah, not that I agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying how it's supposed to be structured. The Constitution is supposed to be the ultimate supreme law of your land, right?
Yes.
So when a cop, number one, the fact that a cop pulls you over because you were doing 10 miles over the limit, right there is already a violation of the Constitution. And your
Well, the
right to
courts
remain secure
disagree.
in your
So that's
the
your
right to
opinion.
remain secure in your person's papers and effects, right? The
Of
right
course.
to free travel. That's all in the Constitution. Now, the rest of the stuff, the corporate body that's been overlaid onto it will do whatever the fuck it wants to justify its ends and its means. It doesn't matter what it means to you that you're secure in your papers, persons, and effects. It's going to steamroll that with any opinion of some fucking guy in a black robe,
I just
right?
want
Because
your opinion to be the opinion they go off
it's
of
just the
instead of theirs.
Supreme Court's opinion.
Well,
So
here's
now
the
these
here's the
nine
thing.
demons,
No, I'm going to
these
talk now.
nine
Here's the thing.
demons,
Here's the thing, Lou. Just like with the Bible, the Constitution is a text. No text interprets itself. It always takes a human to decode what a text means. the United States, we have an entire branch of government called the judicial branch, who we have vested the authority to do that in. They have the final say and word over what the text of the Constitution means. What you're giving me is your opinion of what it means, but their opinion trumps your opinion every time. So in a
How is
functioning
America? Ask
society,
the
we're
ask.
going to
Hold
go
on,
by what
hold
the
on.
Supreme Court thinks that the
Okay.
Constitution says, not what Lubass thinks it says, who doesn't
Oh,
even live in America,
oh,
by the way.
okay. Ask the AI this. How is the United States of America? What is the definition of the United States of America? How is it defined?
Okay, I'll try that one. Charlie, the
Ask it.
question is, what is the definition of the United States of America? How is it defined?
The United States of America is defined as a federal constitutional republic made up of 50 states, a federal district, Washington, D.C., and several territories. In essence, it's a union where power is split between the national government and the states. It's grounded in its constitution, which lays out the rules of the game. So, in short, it's a nation defined by law, states, and a shared framework that tries to hold it all together. Sometimes like a grand orchestra, other times like a jazz improv session.
Did that give you your answer?
Yeah, there you go. Now I know for sure that AI is a directed fucking energy weapon. Now I know for sure. Ask it this. Is America incorporated? Is it a corporation?
Okay.
Ask it that. Let's see if it
I
comes up
think
with
we're
the right
talking
answer.
to a sob sit, Charlie. Is America Incorporated? Is it a corporation?
No, the United States is not a corporation. It's a
Oh, there you
sovereign nation.
go.
The whole US is
Oh,
a
there you
corporation
go.
idea is a myth that's been
Wow.
debunked more times than a flat earth theory at a NASA convention. The US
Oh
is a
boy.
constitutional republic governed by its
Oh boy.
constitution, not some corporate board. Think more we the
Oh
people
boy.
than we the shareholders.
Oh, you guys are fucked, bro.
Okay,
AI
well, if
is
you have
gonna
something that
thoroughly
shows
fuck you.
otherwise, but I trust the
AI
AI
is
to at
gonna
least fact check
thoroughly
it.
fuck you. I don't remember exactly where it's at because I don't have the patience to even bother with it, but it is in it's in I don't know where exactly. Look up without using AI, just look up where in the Constitution or where in any federal papers does it say that America is a corporation, and you'll see what the USC
It's not a
says,
corporation.
USC
It
code or
just said,
whatever.
you
Hey,
look
listen,
it
listen.
up.
Here,
I'm
okay,
not
It
here,
is a
here,
making you research
here,
corporation.
for you.
here, here,
It's
here.
your
Hold on, hold on.
claim.
America
To answer
is a
that, again,
corporation.
Jeff, ask Charlie if in the Constitution of the United States do we have corporation anywhere in that Constitution of the United
No,
States?
that's not the right question. The question is America incorporated? Maybe just ask it
Ask
that.
that. I asked it already.
No.
It
You
gave the
said,
answer no.
is it a corporation? You ask it just simply, is it incorporated?
I said, is America Incorporated? Is it a
Okay, but ask it
corporation? I
without
asked
any.
both.
Try
Okay.
again because
Is
try
America
again.
Incorporated?
No, it's not incorporated.
Oh my
The
God, you
United
guys are
States is a
fucked.
sovereign nation, not a
You
company.
guys are
It exists as a
fucked.
constitutional republic defined by law
You've
and
been listening
governance,
to too much
not
Paul
by
and
articles of
Slade.
incorporation or shareholders. It's run by the people, not a board of
Cage is in the
directors.
back. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm about
Yeah,
to wrap up
Cage,
though, so I
Cage
don't want to
has
run
it.
over the
Cage
guest.
has the USC where it says that America is a corporation.
Oh well,
America
Cage,
is
if you want to drop
defined.
the link in the back, I'll take a look. But I mean, if you're claiming
I think it's right.
otherwise, then it's on the burden is on you to prove otherwise.
I
Listen,
think it's right though.
I'm just telling you. I know that it is right. It's up to you to
And
decide to
Yeah, but
look.
how do the
To
rest of us
look.
know, other than just take your word
I'm
for
not
it?
a
There's got to
sovereign
be
You could
citizen,
some.
but I
look.
follow the
What
Constitution, and
I,
it says it in the Constitution.
there? There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. It's an oxymoron, that term. If anybody fits the name sovereign citizen, it's the police that fit that more than anybody else
Okay, well then, whatever you
because
call yourself. I
they
recognize
are
the rhetoric from
citizens,
what's called the sovereign citizen movement, but if you want to call it something else, I'm okay with that.
but it's not. So you cannot be sovereign and a citizen. It's two different things. What
Okay,
we live under today, is what's called fascism. It's the merger of state and corporate powers.
We live
That's what we
under
live
a
under.
constitutional federal republic. He just defined it for you.
You don't even make your own money. What are you talking about? A foreign
You're right about
corporation
that. I
makes
haven't gotten a
a
single
four.
super chat today.
So how can you be a free nation if a foreign corporation creates your money and creates something that doesn't even have value? It has debt. You are controlled by a corporation. You are the state and
Find this shit.
merger of state
I'm
and
trying to
That's
find
corporate
this
your
shit. Hold
power.
on, man.
claim, but you haven't given any evidence
What
of
up?
that. You
I
haven't
bet I'm gonna
convinced
find
me
this
of it,
shit.
other than you just keep saying it over and over.
Okay, well,
So
I
you
don't
can
have the
believe
ability.
that
I don't
if you
have the
want. I
ability
can't
to do it
stop you
right
from
now
believing
because
it,
I'm
but
on the
I'm not
phone.
going to believe it.
I don't have the ability to do it because I'm on the phone. But
Okay.
Cage, I think, has it.
Well, he's welcome to drop it in the back.
It's in the back. I think he's got it.
Well,
Type
he
it.
dropped a
Hit.
YouTube video, but not an
Oh, you
official
can't do
document.
that.
It's The Power and Occult Definition of Words audiobook by Pao Chang is what he dropped.
Okay, whatever. That might show it, and then you can ask Grok or whatever to be more specific about corporations. And if because AI is not going to tell you that America is a corporation. AI is part of the corporation. It's not going to
Hey,
reveal
Dina.
itself.
Oh, then we're stuck. We have to rely on people like you with very
Well,
strong opinions and
I
not much more to convince us
you have the
otherwise.
ability to research things that go against what you believe, right? And if you can't do that, then you're never going to find the
You
truth.
also have that ability, and this is your job to
I
research, not
just
mine.
can't
I
do it
don't I
right
don't have to
now.
accept your claim at all. I don't have to do any
Okay,
research at all to
you don't
reject your
have to do
claim.
anything,
If
but
you want to persuade me to adopt it, you have to
I'm
put in the work to
Canada is
show me a
also okay.
reason to adopt it.
Ask the AI this: is Canada incorporated?
All right. Hey, Charlie, is Canada incorporated?
No, Canada is not a corporation either. It's a
Oh my
constitutional
God.
monarchy and a parliamentary democracy. So instead of shareholders or CEOs, you've got a prime minister, a parliament, and a governor general representing the crown. No corporate boardroom, just a nation governed by its constitution and laws.
Well, I'm telling you, you guys, the world's fucked if you believe this shit.
I seem to be fine, other than you're right about not making my own money. That's the part I will grant you.
But how can you be a sovereign nation when a fucking corporation that is not it is based not on your own land? It is a foreign corporation. The
You
Federal
haven't
Reserve is a
established that.
foreign. It is a
I
foreign
don't believe
corporation.
in this mysterious ghost corporation. You haven't
It
convinced
is
me
a
that
foreign
that's a fact.
corporation.
Well, just
It
because
is a
you
foreign
say it doesn't
corporation.
make it true, dude.
Oh my God!
You
They
can
say it
insist on
themselves.
Bigfoot and aliens and flat Earth. That doesn't make them true. I need something more than
Listen,
just
the
your
Federal
belief.
Reserve themselves will say directly, whatever we do, the American government has no bearing on what we do with your money. Therefore, they are foreign.
Okay,
It's
well, I
just the
need something more
truth.
than that. So maybe next time when you're not on your phone and you have time to research it, you can bring some links.
All right. Well, why don't you research it to see if it's true?
Because I'm not this is your issue. I'm not going to put my effort
I
and
don't
my
have an
energy
issue with it. I
into
don't
something I
care.
don't even believe in. Why do I have to research it? You're the one trying to convince me that something's true. That's how you do it.
I'm not trying to
You show
convince
me
you of
evidence.
anything. I'm not trying to convince you of
Well, what are
anything.
you
I'm just
doing
telling
here
you.
then? What is this
I'm
conversation?
just saying what I know is the truth. That's all.
Okay. What you believe is true.
I mean, you're a country. You believe you're the freest country in the world. Not that I believe I am either. I don't believe there are countries anymore. The majority of the world has been taken over by a central bank, right? And so, the World
You know what?
Monetary
I
Fund.
just to humor you, I will ask it that. Charlie, has the majority of the world been taken over by a central bank?
No, the world hasn't been
No,
gobbled
of
up by a
course not.
central bank conspiracy. Nations have central banks to handle monetary policy. Think of them as financial tuning forks, not overlords. Each country's central bank is accountable to its own government. So while
Woo,
central banks
such
influence
lies.
economies, they aren't pulling puppet strings across the globe. It's more complex, with each nation charting its own course.
That sounds right to me. That makes way more sense.
This AI, Cage is losing his shit in the
Well,
back.
like I said, you're welcome to rebut it with some kind
Okay,
of evidence, some source
can't
or
you just
link
look
or
at this
something I can
YouTube
read or
video?
look at.
Oh, whatever.
Something of substance, not an Alex
Uh,
Jones video. Preferably a primary source, something from the government, something maybe an academic paper,
I can't
a
do that
news
right
story
now.
that can be fact checked.
Maybe next
Something.
time. Maybe next time.
All right.
Let him up. Let Cage up. He might have the actual information you want.
I'm not, because I'm wrapping up because we're
Oh,
having
okay.
game night later, so I have to
All
go
right.
get ready for that.
All right. Take care, Jeff.
All right, Lou. You too. Take
Love
care.
your servitude.
Yeah, no, hey, thanks for coming up. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
All right.
Take care.
Take care. And I'm glad you got some panel time, like a time away from panel, and that it helped you a little bit. Helped to break your panel addiction. Come back tomorrow. My technology will probably do the same thing. All right. All right, everybody. That's the show for today. I got to go do some things and get ready for game night. If you want to join us, hit me up in Discord or go to roll20.net, create an account, and well, you still need the link to know where to show up. So I guess find me or RW somehow. And then I'm sure I'll be out tomorrow talking more about communication breakdowns. Today we looked at all the things about our nervous system that can help cause a communication breakdown. Tomorrow we're going to look at the art of listening, how our listening ability can help conversations be successful or many times less successful. So I'll see you then. And hang on, let me send this out with something. All right, take care, everybody. It was fun.